From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Well. Good afternoon there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lenovo Intel presents Rise of Legion for Apex Legends Tournament Day 2 of Qualifier 1. And interestingly, once again, me and Aggressive, we are back. That's right, I'm your Costa Assassin 47. With me on the desk is Aggressive, and we are here to walk you through Day 2 of this high-octane, pun intended, high-octane Apex Legends action as well. But yeah, Aggressive, how are you feeling about Day 2 after a action-packed Day 1?
After day one, honestly, Assassin, I feel as though these teams, they're going to be growing a lot more. And I'm pretty sure they went back to the shooting range. They've played a couple of games and they have readied themselves with a lot more different strategies and a lot of different counterplays in comparison to their opponents. Because you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a new squad. This is the exact same 20 teams dropping down once again over here on World's Edge to take the fight once more. And who's going to be taking up the mantle this time around? It's going to be a real question. But at the same time, Assassin, I want your opinion because yesterday we saw a mix of aggressive strategies in comparison to, let's say, the much more slower paced fights that we're normally used to. But at the same time, the slow paced fights are only happening during the mid game. The early game, it was sometimes a snail pace, sometimes it was really aggressive. But at the very end, like, we as casters and analysts, we were like, what the hell is happening? Everyone was dying left, right, and center. We literally casted one team, just one team fighting off another team, and then suddenly it went from 8 squads over to 4 in a matter of seconds. Like, that just blows my mind still.
True that. Let's take a quick look at the Day 1 scoreboard, the overall standings, right, to get a little bit more idea as to what exactly happened in Day 1. The overall Day 1 standings were Team 1HP. They went ahead and got themselves more than 100 points on the board. Total of 104 at the end of Day 1, and these guys are just untouchable right now. At the same time, Unit X, they did come up on top against Phoenix. Team Phoenix were the ones who were actually, racking up the champions. But later down the line, Team 1HP, they came in as well. And they were like, you know what, Phoenix, we're here to challenge you. We're going to take you down as well. So Team 1HP and Team Phoenix, they sort of are fighting against each other in terms of who exactly is going to be at the top of the board at the end of Day 2 once again, because Team Phoenix, they themselves are going to be equally ready today. Everyone is going to be ready today. We're going to be seeing a lot of teams who are in rank 11 to 20. We're going to try and, make their way in towards the top 10 as well. But overall, Aggressive, what do you think about Day 1 standings, and who are you looking forward to seeing today perform like a beast?
I really want to see Hearts like D4 just rise up to the challenge because they're a team that I've seen just completely demolish a lot more of the other teams, and also Wizards of Oz, because these two teams, yes, they're the underdogs of the story, one stuck on the 9th position and one stuck on the 14th position, but they have the raw aim game to make things work. They are just not as confident when it comes down to a lot of those aggressive rushes that we can expect them to take. And that's why I would say that I really want them to show up a lot more, have that level of confidence, because you now know what the other teams are capable of. You now know who to avoid, what sort of position to hold, because it's still going to be the exact same map. Obviously, a lot of things are going to be changing moving on down the line. And hopefully these teams are going to be able to adapt, move into multiple different strategies, and try to take their opponents by surprise. But at the same time, Team Phoenix, they need to try and play a little bit more based upon kills, because you can see one of the biggest discrepancies from the number 1 and number 2 position is primarily the kill points. 1HP, they have 61 kills. 61 assassin in the span of 5 games. 1HP just completely tore through the entire server, getting a consistent 12 plus kills through all of their players to try and keep this 61 kill points alive for their side. And 43 placement points as well, beautifully done. But Unit X, they're relying a lot more on kill points in comparison to placement points. So they need to try and find a fine balance between these two. Because from yesterday, we saw Unit X, they love to play it a lot more aggressively. And my analysis initially when we were watching the side of Unit X was that they're a team that rely a lot more on their aggressive play styles. They love to rush in. They like to take those engagements. And after they take those engagements, they're not really considering what would happen if they were not able to finish it out really quickly. if they were going into scrappy fights, wasting a lot of their own utility and also the resources that they have in the terms of shield batteries and syringes, they're not going to be able to heal up properly for the third party that could be coming on in. And hopefully, Unitex, they went back to the drawing board and they were able to understand that we just need to take it a little bit slower and calculate the risk before going in for a rush. Because otherwise, I feel as the 1 HP, they're just going to take this entire cup away. And if they're able to keep that number one position through the entirety of day two, I'm pretty sure that all of the other teams are going to be in a pretty big crunch for that number one position.
Again, teams like the Devils, Try Me Senpai, Heartstock D4, Vector Sports, the Suda Party, and PXC Alliance are going to be the ones who are to be, sort of feared as well today. Even Deadbeats and Wizards of Oz, we know for a fact that they were the ones to go ahead and take down the side of Team Unitex in one of the games, where Team Unitex could have potentially had that champion title as well. But yeah, Wizards of Oz, they are also the ones to be sort of taken into consideration. So the Devils, Try Me Senpai, Heartstock D4, Vector Sports, Suda Party, PXC Alliance, Deadbeats, and Wizards of Oz. Especially Try Me Senpai and Heartstock D4. Yesterday, towards the very end, we did see them, just picking themselves up and getting their stuff back together. They were getting their game back together as well, and they finally had a groove going into the end of the day right there. So really looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing today. Vector Sports, they kind of were, on the mediocre level. So right from the get-go, in the first map itself, we did see Vector Sports placing themselves in a really good spot. We did see Vector Sports, moving in towards map 2 and 3. They did manage to get themselves a squad wiper too, but then that's pretty much it. They did not do that much in order to just stay at the top 3 position at the end of any match. Or that one game where Vector Sports actually shine was the one where I was talking about PXC Alliance and Team 1 HP alongside Team Try Me Senpai, everyone over towards the fragment. Do you remember that game? The fragment where Team Try Me Senpai had the snipers and Team Vector Sports was just holding. It was actually at the very end, Team Vector Sports going up against the side of Team 1 HP, and Team 1 HP to clutch it out as well. Vector Sports had themselves a Valkyrie, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what is going to happen today. Wishing all the teams best of luck for day 2 of the Rise of Allegiance Apex Legends tournament, brought to you by Lenovo and Intel. Well, match number 1 is ready, so why don't we quickly go ahead and get to know more about the message from our sponsors and jump straight in towards match 1.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the game of the Rise of Legion, powered by Lenovo and Intel. And now with the players dropping on down through from the airship, it's time to go in hard and it's time to go in hot, because seemingly all of the players, they're making their way down towards the vicinity of Epicenter and trying to go on down to Assassin's favorite spot, Fragment West and Fragment East.
I mean, I wouldn't call it my favorite spot because it's a hot drop, and for a fact if you just drop it over there with all of these professionals out there in the server, they might just go ahead and take you down right off the bat. Talking about the professionals here, Team 1 HP, they're going to be the ones to land over towards Fragment East, and Team Unitex are moving in over towards Countdown. Interesting, isn't it? Things are definitely getting a lot spicy as Team Phoenix are going to move it over towards Overlook. Remember Team Phoenix going in towards Overlook yesterday and getting themselves like 3-4 thermites?
Oh my god, that was an absolute thermite show, man. All the grenades just getting popped. And I feel as though their opposition team, they were just not ready for it. They were just like screaming, how many thermites can you have here? Just give me a break already. But side of Team Phoenix, yeah, they're known as the Phoenix for a reason, and they're gonna be the ones to burn everyone down to a crisp. But moving on down to this map, though, it feels as though 1 HP, they're in a beautiful position, and they know for a fact where all the other teammates are. All of the other teams are actually playing up on, and now this is Primey Senpai on the other side. It's gonna be Medusa getting a beautiful kill down on the crisp, and Drift's kill is just gonna be costing a lot because the rate. She's still alive. Medusa trying to survive for as long as she possibly can, but she's not going to be able to live for long. The entirety of Team 1 HP. The backup is already here. One by one, ladies and gentlemen, and that's how it's done. Beautifully done from the side of Team 1 HP. The way that they were able to pick everyone up properly and also give proper backup to their buddy Crips as he was opting to go in for that swing play. Beautifully done. But at the same time, Primey Senpai, they should have just cut their losses and made a run for it at that stage. I feel as though they stayed in that one position for way too long.
Yeah, Primey Senpai should have been a little bit more careful, but it's okay. It's just match 1. We've got 4 more. So, yeah, they can still try and make something happen. Hey, the loot box is right up above Crips. He can actually shoot it down, wait for it to turn gold, and get some golden loot from that loot box. I really like that addition to World's Edge, you know. Like, on the other maps, it's like the flyer flying with the loot box, but here it's actually like a drone.
Hey, I'm that OG player that always will love King's Canyon. King's Canyon is the place where I made a lot of memories. I got a lot of clips of me getting multi-kills and surviving through thick and thin. So that map will hold a lot of memories in my eyes, and I
kind
really
of
wanted to come back as well.
Yeah, I kind of found love for Olympus, by the way. It's a great map. It's very like greeny, and it has all the beautiful colors I love as well. So
Yeah, you're the only one who has a 3070 among all of us. So yeah, you're gonna love it for sure. In comparison to me, that map gives you like barely 100 frames. I don't know, 144 hertz. That's like absolutely horrendous. That's why I need to try and get myself another better Intel CPU, because honestly, yeah, I think that my CPU is just not going to be cutting it, ladies and gentlemen. So you should actually buy a CPU for yourself as well back at home. Check out all the links down below in the description. I'm going to need to check it out as well. See if there are a couple of good bargains that I can get my hands upon. But at the same time, it feels as though Team Asses, they're trying to get their hands upon some good loot here, but in the Geyser area, you're not going to be able to find out much, but at the same time, the Suda Party, they're going in for a couple of plays of their own, trying to go on for the first initial kill. They're going to be able to take out the Seer. A beautiful positioning coming out from them, from the top, one from the bottom. Where are you going to run? Where are you going to hide? You have nowhere to go, and it is going to be another squad one coming out now for the side of the Suda Party. And the fact that they switched up their Seer for a Revenant this time around, I feel as though Assassin, this aggressive strategy could work, but at the same time, it could backfire.
yeah, it completely depends as to how exactly they are gonna, make their moves moving forward here. Because now with 14 squads left on the server, I feel like that it is definitely gonna be a bloodbath.
Looks like that area's
As
been
there are
compromised.
gonna be 3 squads right in front of your screens. You're gonna be seeing the Wizards of OZ, who are gonna scout out the area. They have the vantage point as well. They're gonna spot out one squad fighting, and then there is Team Unitex as well onto the opposite side of South. So yeah, let's actually see what exactly is gonna happen. Because for now though, it's gonna be Santero to gain all of this intel. It's gonna see all of these players make their rotation. It's got the heartbeat sensor as well, right? So yeah, it's just gonna spot everyone out. We're seeing Code Rise with the G7 Scout, the 1-2 Hollow Cope as well. I'm gonna go ahead, scout out the area, and yeah, he's gonna try and get some information, relay it. Not gonna engage, never mind. Santero is gonna open fire with the wingman. There's gonna be the flatline action coming out from the side of Curd
love
Rise,
that.
and yeah, I told you right. You better watch out for Curd Rise. He's a really good team player. Or maybe it's time for him to show us what he's made of.
Yeah, now it's gonna be the first initial push, and they're now hunting down one of the other teams, but at the same time, who is on the other side? Because Wizards of Oz, they had such a powerful position, but the fact they gave it up and got like no ground for it as well, it's gonna be a little bit of a question mark in my eyes, but at the same time, I really do understand what they're trying to employ as well. Because you need to remember that they have the advantage of trying to beat in the zone still. So they're gonna be able to try and cut their losses, try and see what they can expect from the opposition team, but they're gonna be able to play it a little bit more slower. Moving on down the line though, Team 1 HP still holding on down through from the side of Fragment East, I do believe. They're just chilling. They're trying to spot out some players because they're in a pretty advantageous position. They don't need to push up far. They may need to play it just a little bit aggressive, but at the same time, I feel so they understand. They're in that number 1 position, so playing it safe and playing for the placement points is like the best thing for them. Because if they die out early, it's going to allow the side of Team Unidex and Team Phoenix to finally catch up to them. But if they play it safe and play for the placement points instead of those kills, they can easily shut down a lot of the other teams and wait for them to come into their crosshairs, get those kill points, keep themselves running. But at the same time, Team 1HP, they're taking a lot of damage and they need to be very careful because it feels as though this squad on the other side of the bottom of Epicenter, yeah, they mean business.
All Team 1 HP. Gonna be seeing them going ahead and taking up that fight as well. Charge rifle is gonna be coming in play and Zeox, better be a little bit more careful, buddy. The shields are down. You have to go ahead and recharge them as well. Whereas Krebs is actually trying to go a little bit more close, but he knows that there is danger. He smells danger as well. He's trying to come in with a little bit of a flank. He's gonna go all the way around. Maybe try and not just bouncing on towards them from the other side. Yep, spot out all these players. Gonna try and go in for the tap. And yep, the G7 Scout is putting in the damage as well. But at the same time, he has a flatline, by the way. So
it's Phoenix. It's Team Phoenix.
Yeah, it's Team Phoenix. Zeox, well, it's gonna be him to go ahead and use up that charge rifle. So 1 HP versus Team Phoenix. Interesting fight right here. I feel like that Team 1 HP, they might just be at a back foot.
Yeah, Team 1 HP, they can easily make this push happen and try and push the side of Team Phoenix, but the fact that they're not opting to go in for this aggressive push is a little bit of a question mark in my eyes, because they would have easily been able to do a lot more, but at the same time, Chris, he's just getting shot from a long distance tower, and he's like, I'm just gonna dance, I'm gonna jiggle left, I'm gonna jiggle right, and there's not much that you can do here. Like, just waste out all of your ammo, maybe try and pull off a miracle, but that's pretty much it. But at the same time, the fact that the Seer is getting so much information because of that heartbeat sensor just goes to show how strong this character can be. But at the same time, how much can you do when it comes down to the late game is going to be the real question.
There's a 3x bomb on the flatline, right? Coming in from this year.
I do believe so.
Pretty interesting, yeah. I absolutely love the 3x clock on the flat line. You know, when you can just go in for these spray downs. Talking about spray downs, love me Senpai. So try and connect some. But I have Team Devils. I feel as if Team Devils shouldn't be taking this fight. Should try and maybe, you know, get a little bit more information. But at the same time, I feel like that the Devils know for a fact that the team that is right in front of them is also gonna go ahead and spot out one more team, or is it just yeah, it's just them, this is the Devils versus Granny and gang over towards Countdown.
Yeah, they're playing it slow. They don't want to be over aggressive, but because the side of Team Devils that they know, if they just play for the placements, they're still going to be able to keep their top 10 contender spot. But at the same time, if they want to climb up, they need to try and play for those kills as well. Not really a lot of aggressive plays happening throughout the map. They're just all chilling. They're just all playing it slow and steady. Not really going in for much, but already down here, the collide of Countdown, the first initial fight is already going to be going on down through, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of pop shots and a couple of bullets being brought on down. But at the same time, look at where Team Phoenix is. Team Phoenix is all inside of the zone still, and they need to make a rotation play down towards the other side of Epicenter, but they're not in a pretty good spot. They're going to be in a pretty tough spot if they are not careful, and on the other end, it's going to be Team 1HP taking a little bit of damage on their own accord. Taking the first initial fight, though, on the other side of the map, it is going to be the side of Heartsuck D4 going in for their own engagement down towards the side of Countdown. Will they be able to win it out, though? It's going to be the real question here, Assassin, because this team, they have a lot of potential, but I don't know how they're going to be getting out of Epicenter alive.
This is going to be a problem for the side of Team Hotstuck D4. Definitely don't have the best of the loot though. I mean, they're running charge rifles and masters, R99 wingmans against flatlines and whatnot from the side of Team Phoenix as well. So Hotstuck D4, they have to be a little bit more careful. They are going to try and fall back, retreat. That's the best option. 1 HP, on the other hand, has taken down Centero, who was the Seer, by the way. And yeah, with Centero going down, HP are going to try and figure out where exactly the rest of the players are. You try and get that squad eliminate. And yep, there you go. It's going to be the Octane running around. Might just see Crips trying to get himself that headshot as well. Let's get the dink, but nothing more than that.
And does a little bit of damage at the bare minimum, takes down his resources just a tiny little bit more, and it's all about the resource game right at the very end. Team 1 HP though, they're gonna get pushed on by another team, but at the same time, it's gonna be the Wizards of Oz trying to maybe go in for a play A for themselves. 2 members have already gone down. The last player is just gonna be that Gibraltar trying to survive, trying to maybe hold down the floor. There's not much that you can do. Lovely Senpai though is also trying to go in for a couple of their own plays, and the entirety. They just take them all down. Team 1 HP. They take out Unidex as well. Assassin, how many squads were here? What?
Well, Team Phoenix definitely are going to go ahead and take away Team Unidex. Team Phoenix are going to be very happy with that performance that they put up as well. I feel as if Team Phoenix, they are going to be on the move because they know that the next ring is closing in. Enough looting. It's time for us to get in on the action.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, Assassin, the fact that it was Team Phoenix to take out Unidex as well, while on the other side of the map, they're going to be able to get that. Like, it just amazes me. The fact that Unidex was kicked out by Team Phoenix themselves just goes to show that, hey, right after what happened in day 1, they're not going to be backing down anytime soon, and they're going to be racking up those kill points and also the placement points as fast as they possibly can. But at the same time here, I don't know how I feel about this, Assassin. All the teams have stagnated. And you know for a fact that when you go in for stagnation plays like this, it could hurt you. But at the same time, I like this plan from the side of Team Phoenix. Look at what they exactly did here. They opted to go in for an aggressive play of their own, but with the information that they're gathering. But still, they're getting caught out by the side of the Suda party, who are holding down from inside of the epicenter. And Assassin, you know what happens when you get stuck here and the zone is right against your back. Yeah, I think that the Sula party, they just made the biggest mistake of their entire career.
Well, the Doctor is going to go ahead and use the Void Shift.
You're in their sights.
So he's going to make his way in over towards the other side. And yeah, the Phoenix, the entire team, they still have Murdoch on that tower. And they're going to call him back as well. We'll be like, let's regroup, guys. Let's make our way inside of the ring. We know for a fact there are 11 squads left. And I like this, by the way, aggressive. It's gonna be
Let's explore this way.
V2 chaotic, and I know for a fact that chaos is sort of like a build.
Over has been popped though from the side of Ultimate Noob, and he's just gonna be burning down one player at a time. The Revenant Ultimate though is gonna be saving them out just a little while longer. They can go back and heal themselves back up to full, get themselves back up to that full HP mark, but still you have to look at the Blazers from the side of Murdoch. He's been a driving force for his own team with his buddy Ultimate Noob on his side. They get a lot of damage, they know what to expect, and with the Revenant Ultimate now not being relevant for the side of Team Lazuda Party, they're gonna be a little bit more careful, I would say. They're gonna play it a lot more slower. They're not gonna be going in for an aggressive push because they know for a fact that it has to be a team that know what they're doing, because the way that they were able to burn them down through that Revenant Ultimate just goes to show a lot of skill. But at the same time, poor old Axe River's team, they get caught out, and now with a third party making their way down forward to go in for that fourth party, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the side of Team Phoenix probably being able to get another squad wipe for themselves, or at the bare minimum waste a lot of resources from their oppositions as they try to make a run for it inside the zone.
Team Phoenix, they're going to be making their way inside of the ring as well. Omen, on the other hand, taking a lot of bullets. Gonna have to recharge their shields. Gonna have to get their heal in as well. Otherwise, things are gonna get quite messy, quite dirty, and that entire region might just be put on fire as well. Talk about fire. Look at Neo. Oh, he's gonna roll, man. He's definitely on fire with the Mastiff. He's getting one bullet though, but not a lot of damage. You're seeing the Gibby shield being put down as well, and I feel like that's Swedish Paradise. He's gonna go ahead and recharge his shields. Everyone is gonna do so. Ready for this, and there you go. Caustic's
That's a lot of arc stars left.
I know, right? It's a lot of arc stars. We are also gonna be seeing Caustic's gas barrel. It's gonna activate itself as well, and yeah.
Oh no! No, but they're up for that.
Oh, the Gibby ult comes in as well. Oh, this is such an unfortunate.
Where's the kitchen sink? I want to know where's the kitchen sink at this point. Hearthstone D4, they ate like 5 arc stars, they ate a Gibby ultimate, they ate like 3 frag nades, and they're still outside waiting. Like, bro, just throw everything at these guys. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're just gonna chill here for the rest of their lives. Oh, holy, never mind. They're actually getting a forward position for themselves. That's actually beautiful. Cards like D4, they played their cards very beautifully, and now they have the zone advantage. It's gonna be their opposition, the side of X-Omen, trying to go in for the aggressive play of their own. They're still not gonna be able to go in for those proper shots. The position is just not there, but at the same time, the shots are gonna be absolutely beautiful. Wingman on one hand, and it's gonna be Volt on the other. It is gonna be, watch this, just shooting down the side of team. Shooting down the side of Team White, but at the same time, onto the other side, it's gonna be another fourth party coming into down to kill off the third party, ladies and gentlemen. It is gonna be 1 HP, being able to get a kill down on the watch this, and now Team X-Omen, they're not in a pretty good spot. They're getting spotted out by all of those players, and it is gonna be their chance to take a win out of all of this. Honor, though, is gonna be able to heal himself back up to full, and so can Yokai. But at the same time, Poopy is the last one left for the side of the Suda party. Just needs to make his way out and maybe play for the placements at the bare least, because that place is a literal death trap.
Yeah. Kind of got themselves third partied as well, right? It's kind of unfortunate. At the same time, X-Omen got themselves 2 players ready, but there is Team 1 HP coming in from the back lines. It's going to be Team 1 HP to go ahead and start putting in the works. Devil Corner is going to be going down thanks to Crips. Doctor is going to take care of the final player as well. With that, we'll be seeing Team 1 HP go ahead and win out that particular duel against Team Nasula Party.
I like the fast dip though from the side of 1 HP. They're like, I don't need to play it a little bit too aggressively, and that place is very dangerous to be in. The fact that that is a choke point can cost us and also give us a lot of kills if we are not careful. But at the same time, I do believe that that is the side of Team Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen, as they're trying to make a forward position for themselves. And yes, it is the side of Team Phoenix. It was Doctor. They can move around the map to try and see if they can get a forward position for themselves. But I don't think that Team Phoenix, they don't know who's right on their right side, because one person is still holding it up from inside of the building. Who is that squad though? That's the real question here, Assassin. If they get caught out by this squad, I do believe that Ultimate Noob did squad out the players, so they're just waiting. They're trying to see if they can get an advantage and maybe get this kill down onto HWN Gaming.
HWN Gaming. Interesting. So HWN Gaming, they're going to be the ones to go ahead and spot out all of these players. We'll be seeing Ultimate Noob right around the corner, and Team Phoenix, they are aware of this. They're aware of this entire caustic setup inside of that building, inside of that container. So, yep, Team Phoenix, be careful. There you go. Caustic's toxic barrel is going to get activated, and Team Phoenix need to be careful. Why can't they just throw in a couple of grenades that they have? And yeah, there you go. Oh, micro drones. They are gonna go Yeah, Team 1 HP, they are also in on the action now. They are gonna try and find the side of Team Phoenix. Team Phoenix, Team 1 HP. We have got one more squad inside of the building. That is HWN Gaming. It's down to 4 squads now. That's gonna be the side of Team 1 HP. We're gonna keep on dishing in the damage with the charge rifle. Zeox, this guy, what in God's name is he doing? He's gonna go ahead and completely wreck the side of Team Phoenix. As Crips has also taken himself an amazing position, by the way. Zordu was the other side, and he's gonna spot out the Bloodhound as well. And that is gonna be time for Crips to hit. And Crips is gonna take down Pickle. It's gonna finish off what Zeox started. With that, we are gonna be seeing 4 squads still alive. They have to finish out this squad, which is inside of the building. There's HWN Gaming and Team Phoenix. We also have Team Phoenix are still going, by the way. One of the players did get knocked out, but then he got picked up as well. And it's gonna be the chaos that we were talking about. HWN versus Team Phoenix. We're gonna be seeing Murdoch is gonna go ahead and go in for the spam, but no, Murdoch is gonna be going down. Ultimate Noob is barely alive, and it's all down to the Doctor to try and fix this, to live up to his name and fix the mess that they're in right now. But the Gibby ult comes in, and I don't see Team Phoenix going ahead and winning this one out. But Doctor, he's gonna go ahead and pick up Murdoch. And this might just work out. Murdoch, does he have his ultimate ready?
He knows.
Never mind. 1 HP knows that. Yep, they're gonna come in from the other side. And they're gonna finish out the rest of the 2 players who were critically low and bleeding internally. And yeah, it's gonna be Team 1 HP to go ahead and get that that champions title once again. Putting up a total of 3 total champions, man. 3 champion titles. 2 yesterday and 1 today in the overall standings, and it's just crazy to see Team 1 HP going ham like that. Such an amazing play, aggressive.
Honestly, the side of Team 1HP, once again, they just know how to take all of their different engagements. Just tell me one time that we have seen the side of Team 1HP get third party. At any given point, the way that they take a lot of their engagements, they know for a fact that they're not going to get third party. Like previously, when they were still inside of the cave, what was it I say? This is a massive choke point, and staying there can net you a lot of kills, but at the same time, there is a chance that you may just get third party as you are taking your fight, or the third party may get fourth party, then you're gonna get fifth party. So that ideology is always going through the side of Team 1HP's mind. And the fact that they were able to reposition themselves so consistently and just give away space and regain space at the same time just goes to show how much they are growing with every passing map that they are playing here in this entire tournament. And once again, 1HP, I'm not really surprised that they actually won this one out because I was expecting them to. They had the best possible position. Team Phoenix were in an absolute mess because they had nowhere to go. HWN Gaming was right in front, and I'm very sure that the side of 1HP, they knew for a fact that HWN was still holding them down inside of the building, and they were like, hey, we know for a fact that we can take out Phoenix because they're in a worst possible position, but if we do make that push happen and we are trying to take down Phoenix, what if HWN just makes their way down full? We could just get caught out, and that's why they played it. So they played it safe, and they were able to take this win. Beautifully done from them. But ladies and gentlemen, let's head on down towards the match highlights to see exactly what happened on a visual representation. Because I feel as though Assassin, you have a lot of words for a lot of these teams to maybe try and improve something in particular to try and give them that edge moving up down.
The thing is that Team 1HP, right? They had a pretty explosive start right at the bat. We did see them going ahead and wiping out a squad, what was the fragments. We also saw the entirety of Team Try Me Senpai, who were the ones to get eliminated right at the get-go. And then we had Team Lasuda Party right in front of your screens, which you're seeing right now. They also took on an amazing fight, but in the very end, we did see them go ahead and get taken down by the side of Team Phoenix, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, this was the moment where Team 1HP were also taking that fight against the side of Team Phoenix. In Team Phoenix, they were just running away, trying their level best to just stay alive, and they did. Then it just all came down to that final zone, that final ring where everyone just went ham against each other. Inside of these caves here, Team 1HP, they again were very dominant with their push that they made. Like, I can't even stress this enough. Like, Team 1HP, they have such control over the entire mechanism and the entire how should I put it? The way they strategize the moves as well, right? So Team 1HP, they know what they're doing. And yesterday we did see them make a lot of mistakes when it comes down to these late round scenarios where they were not able to just make that timing right. They were not able to get the timing correct when it came down to these pushes. But later down the line, for day one, they did get it right, and now on day two, they're looking so dominant. It looks like that they did go ahead and put in the work, and I feel like that Team 1HP, if they are going to be allowed to continue this momentum, then it's going to be trouble for the other teams.
Yeah, Team 1HP, they're just burning their opponents. Just look at this play coming on down from lane, man. They know for a fact they can just make this push now. They can easily take down the entirety of Team Phoenix, but why did they not opt to go in for that push? Because they know for a fact the HWNs are holding down right on the other side, and if they give up their position that they were holding on top of the hill, where they know there was absolutely no one there and there's nothing to contest them, they were in the best spot. Like, they knew where the circle was, they were able to make that rotation, they made that educated guess to completely hold down from on top of the hill and just wait for the opposition to go in for the kills of their own, and one by one they were just able to hold it down so strongly. In a way, I really do feel bad for the side of Team Phoenix. They played their card so beautifully, they knew where they needed to go, but when it came down to their positional awareness, it was just not there. Team 1HP, they were one step ahead, allowing them to take the Apex Champion title for themselves here. And in the map number one for day two here, Assassin, Team 1HP, they performed so well, but the other teams, it felt as though they need a little bit of a warming up session. And I think that after map number one, they have warmed up plenty enough, and hopefully in map number two, they're going to be able to bring something more different and much more flavorful down to the server.
Completely. After that explosive performance coming out from the side of Team 1HP, I feel like that they are going to be, again, at a position where they're just going to be untouchable in the overall standings. We are going to be seeing the match one standings coming in front of your screens really soon, but I wanted to ask you this, Aggressive. We did not see all of the teams in match one, by the way. So a couple of them did not join in. We also had a couple of teams who had a missing player. And all of this has sort of affected them in the standings. But moving on over towards match two, what do you like? Do you have any like piece of advice for the teams who were pretty good for match one and were just not able to make the cut?
I feel as though the main thing that I always really do talk about is to understand when to be aggressive and when to be passive. I feel as though a lot of these teams, some of them they have so much potential when it comes down to rushing down on a lot of those different sidelines, and they just constantly keep on rushing. And then there are other teams who just play it a little bit too passive. They know for a fact that the team is right beside them, but they want to play the slow game. They don't want to try and take that fight and try and maybe force a gunfight against them, rush down in together as a three-man unit and just take them down. Sometimes you need to take those risks, because if you wait too long against an opponent, someone else could just come on down through. This is a battle royale. You need to make your decisions decisively, because otherwise, if you don't, there's always going to be another team that are going to be much more decisive than you. That's kind of what's happening every single time to a lot of these lower ranking teams, and hopefully they can
Yes.
understand that and come back even stronger. But at the same time, let's head on down over to the standings for this match and see what's the point basis going to be like, because
Oh
team
my
1
god.
HP, yeah, 29 assassin, 29.
I mean, they have 17 kill
Oh.
points. Kind of goes ahead and
How do you dethrone them? Like, I don't know how you're going to
it's
dethrone these
impossible.
guys.
It's just yeah, it's impossible. Like the way Team 1 HP are just playing right now, it feels as if they might just go ahead and win off qualifier one without any issues whatsoever. Like Team Phoenix, they are putting in the work, no doubt. But yesterday, the kind of domination they had at the start of the day for day one, it sort of eventually faded away. And now in day two, again, they are putting in the work, but Team 1 HP, this is looking a lot better. Like the way Team 1 HP take on their duels, the way they sort of fight it out, and the way they pace themselves, right? They knew that it was Phoenix taking on the side of HWN Gaming. All they had to do, Team 1 HP, was to come in and then, clean it all up. Once everyone is just injured and whatnot, and then the Gibby ult came in. And it's intense to see Team 1 HP, just applying these big brain strategies into winning off the games. The way they go out and take the champions title, if they are allowed to keep on going like this, then I feel like that nobody can dethrone them.
Like, how do you exactly take this team down? I'm trying to understand here the way that they're
Maybe
playing
try
a lot of those
and yeah,
positions.
maybe try and you know maybe try and just see where exactly they land. Like we know for a fact that Team 1 HP, they're the ones who land in Fragment. We know for a fact that they also love to drop it over towards Countdown. The last time, though, we saw Team 1 HP moving over towards the Fragments, and today as well, they moved it over towards the Fragments. Team Phoenix, they have a fixed spot to drop that is Overlook. Or something like that, just try and maybe take them down right off the bat. Don't let
Yeah.
them get all of this advantageous positions and situations. But hey, overall match standings is ready, so why don't we quickly go ahead and take a look at the overall standings, the current standings for now. And I feel as if with that win, Team 1 HP, they've put up a total of 133 points. Team Phoenix, they have dethroned Unit X from that second spot, and Team Phoenix are right now sitting at a total of 70 points at the second spot. But the third spot is Team Unit X with a total of 64. Team Devils, they have made their way in over towards the fifth spot from the seventh. And yeah, I feel like that the Lunatic squad, they only had two players today for match one at least. Team Ignite Mafias did not even play, if I'm not wrong. And Team Hotshot D4, they put up a really good performance to move in over towards the eighth spot. Vector Sports have made their way towards ninth, but Try Me Senpai have already dropped down to 10th. And this is not good. Try Me Senpai, they got taken down at the start towards Fragment by the side of Team 1 HP. So they have to be a little bit more careful while they're trying to move it over towards Fragment, because they should know the fact that Fragment is not only their drop, but also 1 HP's.
Yeah, especially when you know for a fact that the top seed in this entire tournament is actually playing over there. Dropping there immediately could just be a make it or break it for you. So they need to be a lot more careful in the way they take a lot of those engagements. Right? But at the same time, Assassin, I do believe that the side of 1 HP, they can be taken down if you actually take advanced precautions to a lot of the strategies that they're trying to employ. The thing is that none of the other teams are actually playing for map control or high ground control at all. And if you want to take down 1 HP, play based upon information and play based upon the power positions. I want to see teams like Unitex, Phoenix, Team Asses, the Devils just make their way down towards these power angles and just pull off a miracle, to say the very least. But the fact that they're not pulling off plays like that just leaves me in a position to not really understand what they're trying to employ. Playing for kills is perfect. Yes, playing for placements are good as well. But when it comes down to that last circle, you need to get yourselves in a good position. And it feels as though Team 1 HP, they're the only team that are actually finding good spots all over the map where there is no way to actually go in for a backstab onto them. And how are they exactly getting these positions? It's like a massive mystery to me. They're a team that have a massive 5-head, and me as an analyst, I'm here trying to contemplate how can a team be this good when it comes down to having so much map.
Truly, completely. And I feel like that the side of Team 1 HP are going to be very happy. They're going to be celebrating right now, but it's just a little bit too early for celebrations right now, guys. You still need to just solidify your hold. Team Phoenix, they are sort of catching up. If they go ahead and get themselves a champion or even two champions, then they might be, catching up to you guys as well. Currently sitting with total of 70 points. So not really impossible for them to catch up to you as well. So please be careful and keep on, playing the way you are as well. But yeah, after the end of match one, I feel like that match two is going to get even spicier. We might just see teams targeting each other, trying to just, dethrone each other as well. Right at the get go, they might just drop in, take down their opponents, take down the rivals that they need to take down. Maybe pace themselves a little bit more, aggressive instead of the passive approach. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what we see from match two of this day. What are your thoughts, though? What are your expectations? Do you see there'll be a little bit of a change in the composition? I feel like there might be a few changes here and there.
Feel as though the fact that the entirety of Apex have shifted back more towards that much more control heavy playstyle. Initially, what did we see coming on down because of the Revenant? All of the teams they love to play the Revenant, Octane, and sometimes a Bloodhound when Seer was not present. But now that Seer is here, Apex has shifted back to much more of that control-based play style. Back before a lot of these overpowered characters really did come out, such as Revenant and Octane, like people used to play it a lot more slower. Even in the pro scene, I still used to remember that the Gibraltar was like a staple. If you have a Gibraltar, you have that mobile cover that the other oppositions could not have. And you can use him to completely get into power angles, power positions. And also, if you need to play in an unfavorable position, Gibraltar can make that position, favorable by placing down that shield. If you play around the shield properly, you're going to be able to do a lot. And feels as though a lot of these teams are now shifting back towards that because of the Seer. The Seer allows for so much passive information, and if you have a lot of good and if you have a lot of good communication factors with your teammates, then you can easily go in for a lot of those different engagements. So in a way, I feel as though this composition is going to stick for a lot of these teams that have a good cohesion with one another. But at the same time, the teams that are still trying to understand what they need to do, I feel as though they can shift back to the older style, maybe picking up the Revenant, the Octane, and maybe that Seer as well, because Seer's ultimate can help the Octane greatly as they're opting to go in for a lot of these aggressive rushes. So I really want to see a diversity, maybe try something a little bit more different or go back to the old meta because the teams trying to employ these new metas, they don't really know what it takes yet to try and make things work out for them. And hopefully they're trying to learn, yeah, but at the same time, this is still a tournament. You cannot try and waste out all of these maps trying to learn a different strategy. You need to pull something that works, and it's going to be really potent for you because it's do or die. It's day number 2 here, and the number 1 position feels absolutely untouchable already. It's us.
True that. I feel though that Team 1 HP, they might just be in a position where everyone is just gonna be targeting them. Just take down 1 HP and maybe we have a chance at winning the match. But yeah, with that, we pretty much are going to be waiting for match two to get ready as well. And as soon as it is going to be ready, we're going to jump straight into it. It's going to be once again World's Edge, by the way. It's just World's Edge for the entirety of this tournament. So if you guys are wondering why are we seeing World's Edge again and again? Yeah, you guys are like, why are we seeing World's Edge again and again and again? Well, it is the map for the tournament. Yes, I know. The OGs like aggressive might love to see Kings Canyon, and for sort of new players like me, I would love to see Olympus as well. It's just World's Edge, which is sort of like in a balance state right now. And yeah, all of these teams, they are pretty comfortable on the map of World's Edge. I really feel as if you know teams, if they can try and maybe take that aggressive fight when they drop in. We know Team 1 HP did take down Try Me Senpai. But at the same time, I want to see some action over towards Countdown, where teams are just dropping down and then they're just duking it out right at the get-go. They're getting some, I don't know, RE45s or maybe R99s, even R301s if they are very lucky. Mostly they might just get some Mozambique. But yeah.
Hey, the Mozambique is actually a good cut now. Don't actually diss on the Mozambique. Man.
I mean, was fine. I'm just gonna look down 2 minutes of silence for like players saying Mozambique is really good, but hey,
Come on, it's actually a decent gun now, dude. It actually can kill people. Like initially, the Mozambique was an absolute beast.
Like initially back in the OG days, it's just a Mozambique that you can find in every house. Like you'll get a Mozambique everywhere, and you can't even shoot anyone. You can't even kill anyone with that. Like it was just so bad. But yeah, I agree to you. I agree to you. Mozambique is now like much better. It's like really good. It kind of does a lot of damage, but at the same time, we know for a fact that I personally like to pick up an RE45 than a Mozambique. Hey, match 2 is ready. So why don't we quickly jump straight in towards match 2 after the message from our sponsors.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lenovo Intel presents Rise of Legion for Apex Legends. Match 2 is live and we are all set and ready to dive straight towards World's Edge. Hey, this time around the aggressive, it's splitting apart the map in two. Wow, nice little airship path right there. We're going to be seeing a lot of teams moving it over towards Countdown, and wow, I guess I pretty much called it. There's going to be multiple teams heading over towards Lava Fisher and Countdown. You see the side of Team Unit X over there, and I see the side of Team 1 HP making their way in over towards Fragment again. Where exactly is Team Try Me Senpai?
Wait a second. Phoenix is on Overlook, and 1 HP is holding out to a Fragment piece.
Yes,
These two teams are going to be facing off against each other real soon.
Yes, they are. So that's exactly what happened the last time as well. But Team 1 HP, they were kind of hot on their heels. They quickly made their way in over towards the other part of Fragment. So yeah, could be seeing the side of Team 1 HP right now, putting up the entirety of Fragment.
You serious?
Prowler and Peacekeeper. Did he just drop in an L-Star for a Prowler?
No. Just look at Zeox's shield.
Oh, Zeox, yeah, he's got gold. How? What?
I think the gods are on his side. They want him to win this tournament. Yeah, like I think it's already set in stone as awesome.
And I don't think they're selling cookies.
Yep. So United Mafias, they're back as well in action. Hyperzeph, how did he take damage? Did he get shot?
I think you just don't worry about a ladies and gentlemen assassin at a brain fart moment. Remember when you put your stim beacon on with Octane, it reduces your health.
Oh, actually, yeah. My bad.
You had a massive brain fart moment. Don't worry about it.
I've been having these brain fart moments since the start of the day, so just don't mind me. But yeah, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today.
Yeah, it happens to the most of so don't worry about it. Because it feels as though a lot of these teams, they're going to be feeling the same amount of pressure. And the ball key is there, and I knew for a fact that Zeph is not going to pick that up. It's completely fine. They don't want the loot. But moving on down the line, as I was saying previously. Yeah,
R301! R301!
he has a
Drop the
revved up
invite.
devotion.
No, he has a revved up rampage.
Oh, sorry. Not the devotion and the rampage just looks exactly the same to me.
He has a rampage and an Evite. Drop the Evite. Pick up the R301. Let's
Level
go.
3.
But hey, it's fine though. I absolutely love the Evite as well.
Standard stock.
The rampage, I've got no idea. He did not spot out anyone, right, in that area. He just rev. Oh, never mind. Actually, he might have spotted out Ignited Mafias.
It's quite slow, but at the same time, the first initial engagement is actually going to be the side of X-Omen going up against their opposition. Don't really know which team it is going to be just yet, but we know for a fact that the push is going to be coming on down through. It's actually going to be excited. Univex and Cardo! He takes a massive blow straight to the forehead. Cardo's going to be taking a back seat though, and Unit X, they're in a pretty bad situation already. They need to back themselves off. One on the left and one on the right. The damage has already been done, but Chappie, he's going to be the one to try and be the deciding factor and try to help out his buddies for as long as they possibly can. The destruction and Carnage is going to be holding it down strong in Team Omen. They're making that push happen. They're trying to go in for those kills. They're trying to go in for those plays. And look at this Team Omen. They take down Unit X right at the very beginning, forcing them down into a corner. Oh my god, Assassin, the top contender for the #1 position, just died out as the number 15 squad.
Let's go this way.
Oh no.
That was kind of unfortunate right there. I feel like that Team Tiny Senpai, they're also going to be having a little bit of a problem here. To get the hell out of here. We do have Clubs who has lost his shields. He's going to try and drop in that frag grenade. Where's Medusa? There she is. Medusa has not got a great loot, but it's doable. Doable at least for taking this fight. Very aggressive. What do you think about this fight? Who exactly is going to win it?
At this point, it's just about the caustic. How long are they actually going to stay in this position and wait until the caustic is trying to get them into a proper position? And yep, that's what I was expecting. Nav, he was a little bit too over-aggressive, but he understands that he needs to make this push almost immediately. One on the left and one on the right. They're going to be able to get that forward positions that they're going to be able to get a lot of damage down, but... yeah, you don't go into a caustic room when he still has all of his gas traps. They go the entirety of PXC. They're going to be able to take everyone down beautifully, and that is going to be a good start for their side. Getting a 1 squad kill down onto their end, and Team 1 HP still holding it down strong from the side of Fragment. They know for a fact where the opposition team is going to be. They're going to be leaving Zeox being in his own strong position with that charge rifle, and this man just loves the charge rifle for a reason. The amount of damage that he can do and just burn down his enemies. Just look at this guy. He's having a field day. Just one by one taken away with that armor, and he doesn't even need to care about the ammo because the charge rifle is one of those guns. You can use it for the early game, you can use it for the late game. For the late game, why primarily? You can instantly switch it out with any of the death boxes around you if you need to get yourself a better weapon for yourself. But if you're gonna stick to that charge rifle through until the very end, and your teammates are competent enough to go in for pushes and force your enemies out in the open to allow that charge rifle to get a lot more value, it just shows a lot of potency as a team. But at the same time, right on the other side of the map, it's going to be the side of Team Devils getting caught out by a couple of players, and the entirety of their team, they need to make a run for it and get themselves towards the zone because the circle is going to be closing in real soon.
So the Devils right now, they have recovered the wait. They haven't recovered the banner yet, so they have to pick up Love Me Senpai's banner. They have to go ahead and revive him as well.
I don't think they can.
I don't think so. They're gonna do that. Like, you know what, Love Me Senpai, we do love you, but you are not gonna be revived. We can't do that. This is gonna lead the team to just die and lose out match 2.
That's you in a nutshell every single time I die.
We have not played that much aggressive, but okay, fine.
Oh no. I know you, Assassin. You're never gonna pick me up. It always does happen. I'm very sure. Whenever I tell Assassin if he's playing a Wraith or maybe a Bloodhound and he has his ultimate ready, he can easily get my banner and get out of the circle. But he's like, no, I don't want to take that risk. Someone's gonna third party us. He just leaves me there and my banner just gets pulled. I'm heartbroken, Assassin. How can you do this?
True. I'm going to be seeing two of these players. Oh, wow. Okay. The entire squad is chasing
Oh no,
Zami.
Zabby.
And Zami earlier is running for his life, but at the same
Oh,
time,
no.
we know for a fact that Zami is critically low. The circle is approaching as well, by the way, and beautiful cinematic cam right there. The aerial view, so that we can catch in all the action. Amazing stuff coming in from our production side, and I feel like that it is going to be amazing stuff coming in from that team who are chasing the Devils right now. Serial Chiller, Sid, and Zami. Both are low. Zami is going to go ahead and get his shields recharged, and yeah, Lunatic Squad. Yep, Lunatic Squad. They are the ones who are actually chasing
I
the
actually
side
like
of the
this idea.
Devils. Yeah.
Lunatic Squad, though, they're actually playing it pretty smartly. The fact that they're not opting to go in for a push like that, understanding that there's someone maybe holding the choke point, so they're actually making their way around from inside of this zone, because this is a really smart plan for them. The level 1 zone really doesn't cause a lot of damage, so still they're going to be able to make their way around and get into a proper forward position for themselves. But at the same time, just look at the bolts. I don't think it has been opened just yet, and I do believe that the Devils, they had a bolt key, but yeah, now they're gonna regret it. They didn't pick it up, and they're gonna pay the ultimate price for it.
The gold shields, let's go, Zami. Good stuff right there, but do they have a gold key? I don't think
No,
so.
they don't. They
Yeah.
should have picked it up, but they didn't. So that now it's their fault.
The Devils, well, they are not going to be having the gold key. It's unfortunate. Going to be seeing the Caustic picking up that ultimate accelerant as well, just to, you know, get his ultimate ready as fast as possible. Oh! Wow. That is something that I did not see coming, but okay. By the way, also, talk about things not seen coming, Hotstuck D4. They were not seen by that other team on the other building. We were like, okay, never mind. Where did these guys come from? Oh, we were here the whole time, loading up. Did you guys hear us? No, we did not. You asked us. They're gonna try and run away, and also gonna be seeing the ring closing in towards them. So they're gonna try and get into the zone. They are inside the zone, not a problem with that. Ignited Mafias are taking that fight as well, and there's gonna be the side of Hypers definitely going down. Stain, their side. Zef is not having a good day, by the way. Axe Ripper, on the other hand, is going to be losing his shields, and it's just going to be Genius who has to get something done here. Hotstuck D4, they are pushing the side of Ignited Mafia, so they really want to go ahead and take out the squad. You're seeing the Bloodhound getting that instant scan in. Beast of the Hunt is activated as well from the side of team Hotstuck D4. Neo needs to make this count. He needs to get the Beast of the Hunt in action right now. And Team Phoenix, they're hard in on the action as well. They really want a piece of this action right here. The triple taken into the hands of the Doctor, and is he actually going to be able to connect anything? There's the million dollar question right now. Hotstuck D4, they are going to figure out that got a couple of squads here. We need to be very careful of the moves that we are about to make. I'm going to get all the intel right now. I'm going to get my scan in about 15 seconds, guys. Really need you to just hold on to this particular area. And as soon as my scan is ready, we're going to get that intel and we're going to get the hell out of here.
This is a pretty precarious situation for the side of Hotstuck D4. It's either go big or go home for them, because they're stuck inside of the building and they need to take down one squad at the bare minimum, otherwise they're not going to be in a good position. Yes, they do have a Bloodhound in their arsenal, and this Bloodhound can make it or break it for them. If they do play their cards properly, that's going to be a lot of damage down onto the Gibraltar on the other side. It's going to be a good amount of damage, and Team Phoenix, they're also stuck between a rock and a hard place. They can actually give this one up and maybe push another squad, but at the same time, there's one on their right side and one straight in front of them. Team Phoenix, they're pincered from 3 different angles, and they have no way of getting out. If they can just wait and maybe have the Doctor get his ultimate back, the Wraith is their only saving grace here. If the Wraith does get the ultimate, then and only then will they actually be able to get out of this situation. But how far is the Doctor's ult from? Like, how much is his ult charge right now? Can we see that?
The Doctor's ult charge is...
it.
Yeah, and also ultimate move is at 84%, so he might actually have the Seer ultimate really soon.
Oh no.
Pop it off, but
Oh, the Doctor!
No! The Doctor might just have a little bit of a problem, but he's going to get taken down as well by Suraj Paradise. We're going to be seeing White Death on the other hand, with the R99 just trying to push in to try and take down the entirety of Hotstuck D4. It's just down to White Death, by the way, because the Bloodhound is going to be falling down. It's going to be Team Phoenix to go ahead and eliminate the entirety of Team Hotstuck D4. And Ultimate Noob is going to be the neutral leader.
Assassin, remember what I was saying? You need to be worrying about what will happen about the third party if you take that first initial engagement. Yeah, this is what Team Phoenix are going to be facing. I was expecting Team Ignite and Mafia to make their push immediately after they heard the noise of those two teams fighting. And when it's inside of a building, the fights are going to be extremely scrappy. You're not going to be able to get out of this with a clean fight with all of the members being at full HP or even at half HP when they try and take that engagement. Team Phoenix, they had the ultimate on the raid. They could have easily gotten out of that sticky situation, gotten themselves a better position, and then play for the placements and play for the kills from there with the raid ultimate, but they did not have to do it. They went in for the push instead against the opposition team.
Oh,
and ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna hurt a lot, but at the same time, Chris, he's gonna be coming in down strong for the side of Team 1 HP, and 1-by-1, the damage is already done. And I feel as though I already know what's gonna be happening here as well. 8 squads remaining, and the fact that Team 1 HP, they're still not in a favorable position just yet, but they're actually gonna be able to get themselves into a favorable position. Because look at where the other squads are, and look at where they are themselves. They're in a beautiful spot to work themselves around. They can easily get into the zone, they can easily play around the zone, and there is no one to third party them. There is no way that they can get flanked. And it feels as though they're playing all of their positions off of Frenzy's information. The amount of information that Sierra is getting is absolutely insane here, Assassin.
Well, the side of Team 1 HP, I feel they did take that fight to Team Wizards of OZ. Team Wizards of OZ are going to be going down. We are going to be seeing Team 1 HP going ahead and find themselves another player right here. That is going to be the Sears scan coming in, and the entire squad is going to go ahead and get detected as well. He's detected, and Crips, he's trying to go ahead and open fire, and he's going to do that as well. We see Zio seeing the fight on towards Killua. That is Team PXC. Team PXC, they don't really have any sorts of escape out of here. Team 1 HP, they've surrounded themselves, and that is going to be the Thermite coming in as well. And the shield, the Gibby shield is going to come in so that Seahawks can go ahead and pick up Crips who is down.
His buddy is going to be picked on up, and that's going to be another squad down for the side of 1 HP, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of kills on their boat, and they're going to be able to get into a pretty good position for themselves. They also have the ultimate from the side of the raid, so they can easily make themselves unknown and go down over to another position if they want to, but they still want to hold this power position. This is a really good spot for them to hold because it's right at the edge of the zone. They don't really have to worry about taking a lot of damage, and they still have the high ground in their favor, and there is no way that they can get flanked as well. And even if they do get flanked, and if they have to waste a lot of their resources, their deadbox is right below that they can easily use to try and take a lot of these engagements. But still, Team Asses, they're in a pretty good spot for themselves as well, facing off against one of the other squads. And with that one scan coming on down from the side of the Bloodhound, they know exactly where they are, and they're still going to be able to hold down the fort. It's going to be Keiko going in for a couple of pop shots for himself, and the poke battle is still being won by the side of Team Asses here because they're wasting very few resources in comparison to the side of their opposition who have their backs against the zone, and they're going to be the ones to try and make this push happen and try and go in for a play for themselves.
Beast of the Earth is going to be activated from the side of JJ Gaming, and Team Asses, they're looking to go ahead and get some action for themselves because they were sort of missing it. Team Asses, we haven't actually seen them, took a lot of frags or even put up a squad wipe or something like that. So it's high time Team Asses are going to go ahead and take that fight. And they're going to try and maybe get some kill points in for themselves so they can climb up the overall standings.
Yeah, now it's just the time for a push. It's going to be Team Asses going in for a couple of pop shots. Spots out the Octane.
Wow.
Oh my god, you just did not. Ben frames per second just absolutely destroyed Mischievous, but at the same time, it's completely fine and dandy. A couple of pop shots are going to be coming on down through, and it's going to be the side of Team Asses being able to finish everyone off, and that's going to be another kill for the side of Team Asses, ladies and gentlemen. TLS, they get taken down. And that's something that you kind of didn't expect, but at the same time, it's completely fine and dandy.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to see the Lunatic squad actually going ahead and taking down Team Asses, but hey, it's like the Team Asses, they've heard me. We are gonna go ahead and put up that squad wipe as well that I was talking about. Zeox, pretty down low. We're gonna lose his entire shield. He's gonna use a shield battery to recharge himself up in one single take. Yeah, X-Omen, they're also taking a fight here. We're gonna be seeing Solo Yokai to try and go in with the Wingman spams. Actually, it's Devil Corner with the Wingman spams. He's gonna switch over towards the R99 as well. Gonna drop in the jump pad, is gonna try and make the the entire team out of that cave. It's gonna be Devil. It's gonna take down Zami as well. Wow.
Yeah. An R99 and a wingman, man. That just brings me back to the golden days. I used to love that combo so much. If I never got
There's
a
another
peacekeeper in
squad,
my
by the
game-
way. There's another squad, by the way, coming right in front of Team Exoman, and it is gonna be Solo Yokai once again to try and get himself that frag. Hemlock is in action right now. R99 is gonna go in for the reload. I feel as if Devil Corner is gonna try and make some big brain plays here. Maybe he's just gonna try and go in for a little bit of a flank, a lurk setup or something like that. If he goes in for that, then maybe there's a chance for Exoman to win out this fight.
Exoman can possibly win this one out, but at the same time, they're not considering where 1HP is holding on down through from the other side. That beautiful shot coming on down from the side of Devil Corner with that Kraber being able to nullify that Revenant ultimate. They need to make the push right now, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. One by one, they're making that push happen. Beautiful movement from the side of X Corner, being able to dodge out a couple of the shots, but they still need to survive. They still need to go in for a quick play. But oh my god, Lasuda Party! How did you actually get away with it? I understand that you had the Revenant ultimate, but at the same time, that should not have happened. X-Omen!
They did not even use the Revenant ult, did they?
No, they used the Revenant ultimate.
They used it, right? They
No,
did,
but
okay.
X-Omen didn't use their own grenades to try and flush them out of the corner, and I'm very sure they had a couple of grenades on them, but they just forgot to use it.
Yeah, they were just focusing a little bit too much on gunplay there. And now that we are going to be seeing the side of Team 1HP, who are holding on to this particular area, they know for a fact that they're
Hello there.
right? Hello!
We're
What are you
neighbors
guys-
now.
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Is, spreading some love here, Crips? Well, he definitely is going to be giving some love taps, that's for sure, with the flatline, and we might just see kind of the squad getting wiped out as well. Oh, the flatline action! Yes, here, what is going on? How is he still alive? And finally, action was going to be going down.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good amount of damage, and with the Seer going on down almost immediately, things are just not gonna be looking on up, but Seahawks, he went in a little bit too aggressive, and he's gonna be paying for it with his own life, but he's actually not gonna be paying for it because on the other side, it's gonna be Chris being able to chime on down in and get another kill for himself, but on towards back end Frenzy does have to take a backseat because of the amount of damage that he did take, but at the same time, it is gonna be Team 1HP still at the advantage when it comes down to the HP and when it comes down to the manpower, but still, their positioning is prime, but at the same time, they are not gonna be in a pretty good position now when it comes down to the long haul because they need to be very careful because all the damage that they are taking it's gonna rack up slowly but surely and it is gonna make them a lot more weaker. And now with the immediate push coming on down through from the opposition team, they're in a pretty bad position. The shots are gonna be absolutely beautiful from the side of Chris here, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be
Wow,
another
not
one for the
again.
team 1 HP. The
Not
high ground
again.
advantage- The high ground advantage was in their favor. Their opposition team, they didn't need to go in for the push. Lasuda Party, they could have easily won this one out if they just played for the zone, played for the time. It was a 2v2 here, ladies and gentlemen, but Team 1 HP, once again, with their superior coordination and team play, they were just able to wait out their opponents, and because of the discipline that they have as a team, just gave them another win here, Assassin, and I'm absolutely mind blown here. 4 wins for their side. They're on a roll. Day number 1 and in day number 2.
Definitely, man. I mean, 1 HP, what can I even say? The way they have been performing. It is absolute beasts, and again and again and again, there's like a second champion in a row for the day. Total 4 out there, combining day 1 and day 2. And we still have 3 more matches to go. And Team 1 HP, they look like that they were on the right side of the bed. They're having a really, really good day. Whereas I am messing up again and again, and I just don't know what's going on. But yeah, at the same time, Team 1 HP, we know for a fact that they almost were about to lose out on that last fight. Thanks to Mr. Zeox for holding on as well. And the way he just was jumping around and finally got the frag onto was the last player as well with the R99. It was a really good play coming out from the side of Team 1 HP, and the decision of not taking the fights on the ground, but instead just taking the vantage point, getting on top of the building, and then using that entire terrain to their advantage was something that Team 1 HP did beautifully. And I can't wait to see that once again when the match highlights do come in.
Completely agree with you there. The side of Team 1 HP, they were at the biggest disadvantage possible. The building control was in the favor of the side of the Lasuda Party, but Lasuda Party, They should not have opted to go in for that push against 1 HP. They had the high ground. The Pseudo Party was going to be the team that actually needs to get themselves into that high ground position. If they just waited out the time and hoped for the zone to be in their favor, things could have just ended up a lot more differently here, Assassin. And the teams, I feel as though they're just getting a little bit too impatient, and the discipline from the side of 1 HP is giving them that advantage. And that kind of hurts me to say at the same time, because when you seen what these teams can do when it came down to D number one, with Suda Party being able to just completely tear it through pretty much everyone on their own accord. And then right at the very end, I feel as though the anxiety, the panic, and the adrenaline just starts kicking in a little bit too much. It happens to the best of us, so it will happen to the pros as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a way, the silver lining is going to be for the side of the Suda Party being able to get the second place position for themselves. But hey, before we talk about the standings, let's head on down over to the match highlights and get a bird's eye view of what exactly happened throughout this entire map to try and analyze what happened in particular on a couple of these fights. So Assassin, take it all away from the very beginning.
Definitely. I mean, the match highlights. We are going to be starting off with the fight that happened where Team Unitex were actually the one to go ahead and challenge the side of Team X Omen. Team X Omen. Well, they did put on, they did put on an amazing fight, by the way. But I would still say that Team Unitex, if they had a little bit more going for them, they might have actually won out that fight. But Team X Omen played it up beautifully. The way they just moved in and out of the building, the way they sort of played around with the entire situation that they had right in front of their screens was really unique. And then it was just Team Try Me Senpai getting taken down. And this is where it all started, and it ended as well, right? For the side of Team 1 HP. It was actually Team Phoenix and Team Heartstruck D4 taking on the fight against each other. Team Heartstruck D4, they were also fighting another team. Heartstruck D4 were the ones to go ahead and take out that team. And then Team Phoenix came in and then took down the side of Team Heartstruck D4. I feel as if Team Phoenix, I know for a fact that they were just sort of waiting for that last ring to pop up as well. They did not actually reposition themselves that much. Like, they just moved in out of the building, looted up, and they were just getting ready for the rest of the squads to make their way into the ring. Team 1HP, on the other hand, they spotted out Team PXC. And it was the brilliant spray down coming in from the side of Crips to take down Killua. Whereas after that, Crips got taken down. Then it was Zeox who came in with a longbow and his Gibby shield to pick up Crips and then get Team 1HP back in on the action. The Masters, on the other hand, they had an amazing squad vibe here, by the way. Took down the entirety of the Lunatic squad. And I actually wasn't expecting this with the kind of plays that were coming in from their Gibby, right? This Pickle. The Team Masters, they might just be at a disadvantage, but no. It was actually the side of Team Masters to go ahead and win out that fight. Team X Omen, on the other hand, they still kept on fighting hard. They spotted out another squad, which was Team... I'm not really sure. It was actually Team Serial Chiller Sidon Gang, right? And yeah, like X Omen, he went and took them down as well. It was just 2 players left out from their side. So yeah, Sid, he really didn't have much to do with that. X Omen, on the other hand, they also spotted out the side of Team INF. Lasuda Party, yeah. Lasuda Party and yeah, Team X Omen. They tried, but hey, they did not use their utilities much. They just focused a lot on gunplay, and the 1v1 duel did not go into their favor.
Yeah, that really should not have happened. X-Omen, we're going to be hurting for that. But at the same time, I feel as though they're going to be kicking themselves as well because they had all the advantages, and the fact that they did not win it out was a little bit when it came down to the lack of discipline. But at the same time, look at the discipline from all the players of the side of 1 HP. Forward positions, high ground position, but still dancing around beautifully all over the place to try to get an advanced position for themselves. And right as one player goes down to very low levels of HP, the entirety of 1 HP, they're going to be coming on down through as terms of backups, slowly but surely making their way up, not going aggressive, playing it slow, playing for the high ground, and they had everything under their control. But the fact is, right at the very end, the side of Lasuda Party, they were in the best possible position to try and bring everything back in their favor, but they were just not able to find it. Over-aggressive push from one of their members just costed them pretty much everything. The shots were absolutely clean, the shots were absolutely beautiful, and it is going to be another win for the side of 1 HP. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I feel as though the side of 1 HP, they're going to be absolutely untouchable here, Assassin. When we look at this overall standings, it's going to be a little bit depressing for the other teams, I do believe, because that number 1 position, even if there is an absolutely phenomenal performance from the side of Unitex and Unitex and Phoenix, on day number 3 and combining day number 2's 3 and 4 matches, I don't think they're going to be able to reach it that easily.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is going to be a little bit difficult for the side of Team Phoenix and Unitex to, sort of catch up to the side of Team 1HP. But Team 1HP, they've put another champion on the board, and this should pretty much put them somewhere close to 140 or something like that, I guess. Like, I'm not really sure. Yeah, match standings are ready, so let's just stop speculating and look at the numbers right in front of our screens. So what is it going to be? Wow, 24 points right there. Yep. Team 1HP, they're going to be getting themselves a total of 24 points for that game. The Suda Party with 19. Wow, the Suda Party did a pretty good job. Exoman with 10. Team Phoenix down at 6th position with 6 points. Devils with 5. Where is Unitex? Unitex with only 4 at the 11th spot. It's not a lot, but yeah, I still feel that Unitex and Phoenix, they should still have their second and third spot respectively.
Yeah, it's only a 2-point difference. So I think that Phoenix were at 74 or a 64, and the side of Unitex were at 60. So the 2-point difference is not really going to be making that big of a difference. So they're still going to be going up and down. Not going to be going up and down. They're still going to be holding the positions really strong. But I feel as though the number 1 position just for today is not going to be up for grabs just yet, unless they're able to take down 1HP. But we're constantly talking about that. So we're just going to let 1HP rest on the side. And you know that star student that the teacher always talks about every single time, and sometimes that the teacher is told to, like, talk about the other students from time to time. That's exactly what we're going to be doing here. Let's just commend the side of Lasuda Party to take that number 2 position for themselves and get that close to taking out the side of 1HP. They nearly did here, Assassin. 19 points on the board. They're going to be shooting up the rankings massively, and they're going to be breaking their way down over to that top 10 position. But at the same time, X-Omen, they're consistently getting better and better, I would say, when it comes down to day number 2. We didn't really see this team perform that much when it came down to day number 1, but it feels as though they've gone back to the drawing board and they have now formed a different set of strategies that are showcasing what they can actually do. They like to play it a lot more slower and a lot more systematically based upon their own utility. But at the very end of the day, they kind of did die out because they did not use their utility. So I guess the lack of discipline is showing from this team, but hey, they can grow, they can turn back even stronger. But Assassin, at the same time, I want to talk a little bit about the Devils. How are these guys consistently getting like 5 to 10 points on the board every single time, and they're still holding their top 10 position in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah, but hey, I'm not gonna lie. Match 7, we actually saw Devils in action. Like they actually were in front of our screens.
Yeah.
Most of the times we don't even see them, but then they do something, and I don't know, they still manage to make themselves in the top 10 spot. The Devils are actually a pretty good squad, but it's just that they get caught out in awkward situations where they're not able to do anything, right? Again, this time they were being chased by the Lunatic squad, and it's just unfortunate for the Sarah Team Devils, but it's okay. Let's take a look at the overall standings now and see where exactly all of these teams are standing. So it's going to be Team 1HP, total of 157 points. Phoenix with 76, Unitex with 68. So yeah, Team Unitex and Team Phoenix, they are going to be fighting it 2-0 in match 8, 9, and 10. Team Asus have got 50. Lasuda Party with 46 at the 5th spot. Not bad. Try Me Senpai have dropped down to 11th. That is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, Wizards of Oz, they still are at the 14th spot. HWN Gaming with 15, PXC Alliance on 13, Exoman on 12. Exoman have already have sort of made their way up. They still are going to keep on doing it. By the way, if you can just go on with this momentum, maybe they can make their way into a top 10. Because Vector Sports did not perform well. Hardstuck D4, they tried but got absolutely destroyed by the side Team Phoenix. But yeah, United Mafias. I'm actually liking this. They're a lot aggressive team, right? And I feel like that Team Ignited Mafias, if they can just try and find these squad vibes, things are gonna be much easier for them.
Fact is that Team Ignite and Mafia, they can easily go in for a lot of those wins and maybe take that number 5 position for themselves. Because look at this here, Assassin. Number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7, and number 8 also. They're very close and they're very much interchangeable. Just a second place or first place position for one time. They're going to shoot up the ranking so far, they can easily go up to that number 4 position and just stay there for a really long time if they're able to get a stable amount of placement points throughout the entire matchup. So I would expect these teams to try and play for those placement points a little bit more, especially from the side of the Suda Party and of course Team Access. These two teams, they love to play it a little bit too aggressively And sometimes that can backfire. So moving on down the line, I would expect them to play it a lot more differently, maybe go in for a couple of those different plays, and then go in for a lot of those different engagements after they have gathered some information. The game of Battle Royale is always about gathering information. That's why high ground is so crucial whenever you're trying to make a rotation for yourself. Never plan out a rotation pathway over to a different place just to try and get loot. You need to think about where the circle is. You need to try and think about where your opponents are going to be and how your opponents are going to be making the rotation down to the position that you are also going to. So all of these factors are going to be coming into play. And the fact that 1 HP, they've actually made a solid foundation for themselves in comparison to the other teams. That's why we're seeing such a big discrepancy between all of these teams. So I would say the number 2 and number 3 position are up for grabs between the side of Phoenix and Unit X. And the number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 10, number 9 and number 10, sorry, are going to be interchangeable depending on how these teams are going to be performing in the last 3 maps. So let's see what we can expect here, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, Assassin, I want your thoughts. What do you think that the side of Lasuda Party are doing that are giving them this advantage and allowing them to climb so quickly?
So Lasuda Party, we know for a fact that they've changed up their space a little bit, right? So in day one, we did see them not getting into a lot of action right out of the get-go. They would just try and avoid it. They would just try and, salvage as much loot as possible. And then later down the line, they would try and get caught in making these rotations throughout the entire match. But now it's kind of different. It feels like Team Lasuda Party have gained that confidence, and now they're taking these initial fights. They are taking these fights. They're getting much better loot, and they are trying to survive as like top 5 teams at least till the very end. That is something that is definitely helping the Sara team, the Lasuda Party. If we just continue this aggression, maybe I feel like that they might just have a chance at coming top 3 as well. You never really know.
In my eyes, I feel as a Lasuda Party, they can make it there, but at the same time, I don't think that Team Phoenix and Team Unit X, they're going to be giving up their positions as easily here, ladies and gentlemen. And as map number 3 is getting prepared, we can expect a lot of these teams to play it a lot more differently and then take those engagements according to what they really want to do. But at the same time, Assassin, I really am in a little bit of a question mark form of what really is going wrong for Prime Senpai. It feels as though they're a team that can perform really well and then go in for a lot of engagements that they really do want, but they need to try and change up their drop position. The constant fight against the side of Team 1 HP, I think that it's giving them a little bit too much PTSD. And they're like, I'm just going to drop. I'm going to try to kill them. If we kill them, we're going to be number 1. If we don't kill them, I don't care. Just rinse and repeat. That's kind of what's happening. Maybe just play for the placement points, I believe. Get yourself warmed up in the match of Apex instead of just dying out really early to the best spot on the server for as of right now.
True. I mean, Try Me Senpai, they are kind of unfortunate today. I don't know what's up. Not having a good day, but yeah, maybe they should try and explore other avenues in the map except for Fragment. Because if they drop in over towards Fragment, there's no way 1 HP are gonna let them live. Unless and until, of course, Team Try Me Senpai get a better loot and maybe just go and take these up close and personal fights with something like the shotgun. That is when they can actually have a chance at taking down the entirety of Team 1 HP. But yeah, like Team 1 HP, they always are sort of left out with like 2 players bleeding critically. And Try Me Senpai, they're trying. It's not like, yeah, they are putting in the work, but at the same time, just that Team 1 HP's movements and the entire style of them going ahead and clearing out a particular building is much better than Try Me Senpai. Quite understandable. I mean, they are a professional esports team, right? So yeah, could pretty much see that coming as well from the side of Team 1 HP. It's not a joke to just put up 4 champions, right? Combining 2 days. So yeah.
No. Forget about the fact of the 4 champions, man. These guys have 157 points, and they're gearing 100 kill points. 100 goddamn kill points, and
you remember Team 1 HP,
not
right?
even close to 80. The placement points are not even close to 80.
Yeah. See, you remember, right? Team 1 HP, even at the start of this tournament, it was actually Team Phoenix who got themselves 2 champions, right? At the start of the tournament, Team 1 HP, they did not have a champion, but they still maintained to keep that top 3 spot. on the overall standings just because of the kill points. Like these guys, they're absolute fraggers. Like nothing matters. This is them.
Yeah, they're aim stars for a reason. And I think that my boy Assassin needs a little bit of a drink of water, ladies and gentlemen. His voice is going to be acting up. But hey, I'm going to be here to finish off his sentences. And just as he was saying, these guys are absolute fraggers. And the way they actually take a lot of their different engagements just goes to show that they are very confident in their aim, but they don't let the confidence get to their heads. That's why they're performing so well. They're performing so admirably every single time, and then bringing in dubs like this. And this is what you should do back at home as well, ladies and gentlemen. I personally can learn from this as well because I'm a very aggressive player. I like to take those ego fights, and I just love to show my opponents that, hey, I have the better aim. I'm going to be the one to take you out. But at the same time, when I try to show them this, I get Peacekeeper to the face, and then I just get 150 pumped, and I'm dead. That happens to all of us, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, Team 1 HP, they're able to keep it down to a bare minimum. In BR, sometimes you are gonna get unlucky. Sometimes unfortunate things are gonna happen to you. The zone's not gonna be in your favor. How can you try and adapt to that? You need to constantly switch up your position. Sometimes you need to go towards a different sideline. Sometimes you need to try and drop somewhere else to get a centralized position. And you can ask yourself, why do the side of 1 HP constantly drop towards the side of East and West fragment? It's at the center of the map. And when you are so confident in yourself that you're going to be able to win out on every single one of your gunfights, dropping at the center is absolutely perfect, because then even if the circle is on the east, west, south, even in the ocean, you're still going to be able to make it there properly. So moving on down the line, I want to see a little bit more ideology like this coming on down through from the other teams. Dropping at your favorite spot is fine, but also drop at a spot that gives you a strategic advantage no matter where the circle is going to be moving. I guess that's
My bad. But yeah, completely agree to you on that as well. And I feel like that the side of Team Lasuda Party, if they can just keep on dishing out damage like this, maybe they're going to be able to do things as well. Now, the match is ready. Why don't we quickly jump straight in towards match 3 for the day? And yeah, we've got some messages from our sponsors as well. So right after that, we're going to be jumping straight in towards the airship.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lenovo Intel presents Rise of Legion for Apex Legends Match 3 for Day 2. We're ready to jump once again into World's Edge. And hey, aggressive, we've got a similar situation as on Map 2, and I feel like that we might again see Team Try Me Senpai making their way in over towards the fragment alongside Team 1HP. 1HP are headed over there. Where's Try Me Senpai?
of course going to be headed over there.
I don't see Team Try Me Senpai moving in over towards there. They're actually making their way in over towards Lava City or Lava Siphon. Oh, Lava Siphon.
Yeah, Lava Siphon's going to be the place.
Lava Siphon. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, it's completely fine.
Yeah,
Pronunciation is very different from person to person. I studied under the British Standard School, so yeah, that's going to be my pronunciation for the day. But ladies and gentlemen, it feels as though Unit X, they're going to have their own pronunciation with the EVA 8 on the list here for that dictionary that they're going to be holding. A couple of pop shots, an absolutely beautiful play coming on down from the side of Rebellion and Chappie. This being will end the days of end of days because they have showed that, yeah, dropping down towards the side of Lava Siphon can be very good, but at the same time, it can be very dangerous as well. The Suda party is also there, so it's going to be an absolute party here down towards the side of Lava Siphon here. ladies and gentlemen. And Assassin, I think that you're going to be excited because this personal engagement is going to be absolutely beautiful.
The Prowler in action as well. Besharam Bhai just trying to get something done here. Maybe he's just gonna find it. Yes, he does. Code Rise goes down. That's gonna be the Octane that I was hyping up since yesterday. Actually, not able to show me anything.
Yeah, that's a sad story. Like, I think as like all the teams that you have hyped up yesterday seemingly just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Everyone you can message Assassin, it's his fault. Yeah, that's gonna be one of the plays that they're gonna be making, and my poor boy Assassin, he just passed on away into the next dimension after what I said. He's like, nah, I can't take this anymore. This is verbal abuse. Time to ban aggressive from every casting.
Yeah, that's true though. But hey, try me, Senpai. They found themselves a pretty good loot now. They got themselves purple shields and whatnot, and everyone's stacked up and ready. Flatline Mastiff on NAV. Actually, NAV. My bad, Nav. I actually said NAV. Oh my god. Assassin, what's up? What's happening today? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. We all have those days. But yeah, Medusa, Clubs, and NAV. We are gonna be seeing them try and take on that fight. Maybe they're just gonna board the what is that called? I don't know. Train? No, it's not a train.
What is that sound?
Which sound? What's up?
What was that sound, or was my headphone glitching? Like, I just heard footsteps just constantly just going around, be like pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. And I'm like, why? What is happening? But at the same time, it's completely fine. Sometimes Apex does that to you. But at the same time, we love this glitchy game for a reason. It's glitchy, it's fun, and it's very random from time to time.
Alright, so much for the love you game. Sorry. So much for the game you love.
For the love you gave, yes.
Oh my god, Assassin, stop it! Assassin, what are you doing?
This is what happens when Assassin has a really good day on day number 1 and he just hypes up all the best teams, they perform so well. And then suddenly day number 2 hits and all of the teams start performing really badly. Assassin, tell me, what kind of curse did you place upon them? I really want.
Actually, I feel like that they placed a curse upon me and now I'm not able to perform. And I'm having a bad day.
Okay, now I know that I don't go into rank with Assassin. Keep that as a note to myself to make sure to not play with this guy today. But it's completely fine.
Come on. I'm a great player, alright? I'm a great player, alright? Got myself a champion just before the stream started today. But yeah, not gonna flex much. I had a good day in game, but yeah, on stream I'm not. Hey, 1HP are having a good time, by the way. Got themselves a pretty good loot, and they haven't taken a lot of damage till now. They haven't taken any fights, but maybe there's a fight coming their way.
They're gonna be playing it a lot more slower, and they're trying to take a lot of their engagements a little bit more differently. So let's see what we can expect coming on down through from these squads. But at the same time here, Assassin, these type of engagements that we would normally expect to be a lot more decisive, a lot more push heavy, it's not really happening just yet. 14 squads are still left, and PXC Alliance, they're the only one holding on down through from the side of Fragment East, I do believe. They're right next to 1 HP. And I feel as though they could just be biting off a bit more than they can chew if they're not careful.
PXC Alliance, gonna be seeing them. Trying to maybe get some information. This here is trying his level best, but maybe he's not spotting anyone out. Or did he actually spot out the side of Team 1 HP? 1 HP have already made their way out of this area, right? Oh no, never mind. There you go. Killua spotted them out, but what?
Yeah, that's the Ops. That's the Ops for you, man.
He's using an LNG and he just deleted Killua right off the bat. It's gonna be KOP. Try and pick up Killua, and what? Did he just drop in a... Okay. The entire area just turned into a toxic farm, and it is gonna be the side of Team 1 HP to aggress them down.
No, this is actually smart from the side of Cop because do you know why he actually threw this? This is as a smoke screen to cover up the entirety of the roof so he can easily go in for a revive. What could happen here? There could be another team on top of the building, or it could be plays like this coming on down from the side of 1 HP and immediately just rush on down towards the side of the roof. That's gonna hurt a lot, and now Cop, he's an absolute shambles. Team 1 HP leaves them at 1 HP, and DXE Alliance, they need to invest so many resources to try and survive this assault from the side of 1 HP. One by one, they're throwing out the grenades, they're throwing out the thermites, everything other than the kitchen sink is being thrown here onto the server, ladies and gentlemen, to try and nullify a lot of the aggressive potential that could be going on down through. But look at PXE! They want to survive, but still, Zeox and Chappie, they're just taking them down one by one. Chappie gets a kill down on it goes. And with that, yep, DXZ, they're in, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Shots are going to be absolutely beautiful. Chappie's going to be able to take down one. Sorry, it's going to be Zeox being able to take down Cole. And now, there's no Caustic left. They have
Unitex are also in, by the way. Unitex is here. Yeah, Unitex is here, and that's why you called out Chappie, right? Chappie is from Team Unitex. Unitex, they are in on the action, by the way. They want to take out Team 1 HP. They don't want them to go ahead and take another champion and just maybe reach 200 points or something like that at the end of the day.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good fight here, Assassin. 1 HP
definitely
on one
is.
side.
And Chappie has got himself gold shields, and in terms of the loot, Team Unitex, they look like the better team here against the side of Team 1 HP. And at the same time, we know for a fact that Team 1 HP, there's a particular style to them taking the fights ahead and getting all of these squad vibes. So, really looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do.
It's actually a stagnation play coming on down from both of the squads. They know for a fact that they don't need to go in over aggressive, and I like this play from the side of Unitex. They understand that right above them is the side of Team 1 HP. They should not go in aggressive. They need to try and play this as low as they possibly can, but because of the ultimate soon coming on down through from the side of the Seer, game changes could happen in a matter of seconds. They're just playing an information game. One on the top, one on the bottom. They're just going to chill here. They're not going to move anywhere until the zone, I believe, forces them out. Or 1 HP give up their advanced position. Because if 1 HP actually give up that position here, Assassin, you know for a fact that they're in a lot of danger. Because Unitex, they're not going to give up that opportunity, and they're going to start shutting them down in a matter of seconds. Or Unitex, they could get impatient, but the IGL is like, nope, stay. Boys, stay. Don't go over aggressive, just play it.
Unitex, they are going to be on fire right now because, yep, there's a thermite coming in. There's actually 2 thermites coming in, and the door is being pinged. They're like, you guys want to get out of this door? Never mind, there is another player right around the corner. It's going to be the EVA 8 coming in.
Get him,
Maybe, yeah, there you go. You guys can go ahead and finish him off.
Oh, no.
Let's go ahead and get him. Nah, you guys are not going to be able to get him? I don't think so.
How is Crips actually getting away with this? That guy's literally playing mind games at this point. The position is already revealed. One on the top, one on the bottom. Like,
Such an
how are they
interesting
still
fight
alive?
right here. Yeah, I mean, Team 1 HP. I've got no idea how Crips made his way out of that area, but he
The
did.
biggest fight of the entire match, I believe.
Yeah, this is the best fight ever for the day, if I'm not wrong. At least till now. Yeah, there's gonna be another Seer's ability being used. The ultimate is also down, and Unitex, they're like, they're gonna
Oh, they shouldn't have dipped like that!
Oh, Chappie! You're gonna be a live target right there, son. Chappie's gonna be bleeding. Unitex, they know that 1 HP is on their tail, and 1 HP, they really don't want them to run away. 1 HP want to take down the entirety of Unitex and claim another champion.
Thing is, Assassin, they're against the zone, and if Unitex are able to go down over to a choke point, they can easily get themselves into a forward position. But this was very lucky that they were able to survive that. 1 HP could have easily taken them down straight through the air, and if Chappie went down that early, you know that would have been the end of days there right then and then, Assassin. That's not just going to be a position that you really want to be in, but Seox getting damaged by a couple of the players, still holding him down strong from the other side of East Fragment. But at the same time, he needs to make his way down to his buddies. They're pretty much on the other side of the map, and he needs to try and traverse his way down through a lot of the multitude of players that are holding on down through from that position. And I don't like this. I understand that sometimes you want to try and go back and get a couple of the loot boxes that you were not able to farm up previously, but it can be really dangerous as well. Assassin, I feel as though Team 1 HP, it could be in a very precarious situation if they're not careful.
So Krebs is going to be the one to go ahead and make his way out of here. Gonna try and get himself inside of the ring. And oh,
Hostile over
spotted
there.
someone out. So they mark it up for the team. Now they might just engage to that particular team that he spotted out as well. Maybe Krebs is gonna try and fire with the flat line. There you go. Never mind, he's gonna use the G7 Scout instead. All the damage done. Try and take care of that Gibby. He's gonna put out his shield. I feel like that the Gibby is not going to be able to survive because he's bleeding and he's not even getting any sorts of time to heal.
Ooh, that's a good headshot, man. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. But dude, how does Zeox even see them? This guy on those long range weapons are absolutely incredible. Friends is gonna be able to take down a broken Papega. Down towards the back end though, it's gonna be Zami's team going in for a couple of plays for themselves as well, and also Try Me Senpai slowly but surely getting a couple of kills for themselves. And it's actually gonna be Try Me Senpai being able to get a kill down over onto the entirety of Zami's team, and one by one they're gonna be able to take them on down. Beautifully done, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna be able to take down Team Devils. That's gonna hurt moving on down the line because Team Devils, they wanted to get a couple more placement for themselves. They said points for themselves, but at the same time, that's good news for the side of Try Me Senpai.
Try Me Senpai.
Here you go.
They're gonna be happy. And yep, Unit X, they have initiated the fight now. The engagement is on. And I feel like the Team Unit X, they are gonna try and position themselves a little bit more better because they know for a fact that they are at the disadvantage right now. Charge Rifle is also gonna be
Wait, everyone's here.
And Team 1 HP. Oh wow, everyone's here. Yeah, Team 1 HP, Team Unit X, and Team Phoenix.
Oh no, Assassin. This just could be a three-way game plan, and this could be the thing that they need to maybe go in for a couple plays for themselves, but they need to pick up the banner of Zeox and then try and revive him as fast as they possibly can. And it is going to be Chris trying to go in for that aggressive play of his own. It's going to be able to pick up his buddy's banner and actually be able to save himself as well. There still is enough time for him to go in for a rotation play, and trying to go in for this rotation play early will be the best possible play for them, and then get Zeox up and running one more time. But at the same time, they need to be very careful because that 1v1 beacon is going to be capped heavily by a couple of the other teams. But still, it is going to be Phoenix versus 1 HP now, ladies and gentlemen. The top 2 and the top 3 teams are now facing off against one another. Who's going to be able to take this win? It's going to be the real question. Will it be the side of will it be the side of Team Phoenix, or will it be the whole? But look at this man! Chappie's gonna be able to take down 2 of the bullets are just gonna be absolutely on point, but still they're not gonna be able to survive for long because Murdoch, one by one, they're going to pincer the entirety of Team Unit X. They were just not expecting this push, they were just not expecting this play, but still the zone is gonna be right behind them. So in a way, it can work out in their favor, and Team Phoenix, they're gonna be able to get into a fourth position for themselves. But Unit X, they stagnated for way too long. They were in the best possible spot to win everything out here, Assassin, but they just lost it all in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, Team Phoenix, well, definitely are going to be feeling that. Try Me Senpai, they're still alive, and they are about to go ahead and face off Devil Cornering Gang. PXE is just behind them, by the way. We might see Team PXE putting in a lot of pressure not to let Team Try Me Senpai cross over towards the other side. That allows the side of Solo Yokai, Devil Corner, and Watching. What's this actually? Not watching. What's this?
Yes, I am watching Assassin.
Yeah. Nice little joke right there.
Oh god. Watch this reminds me of something else, but it's completely fine and dandy. Moving on down the line. The circle's gonna be closing on down in though. And it's going to be 1 minute for the last circle to finally close it down in. And the teams are going to be forced into a tighter and tighter position. Last 9 squads remaining already, ladies and gentlemen. And there's going to be 1 HP being able to spawn out the Doctor. And they need to try and pick him up almost immediately. The Doctor is in a pretty precarious situation at 1 HP. They know for a fact that they cannot let them live for long. The grenades are going to be timing on in. Arc Stars just dealing massive amounts of chunky damage. And the chunky boys, they're going to be making his way down forward as well. The shots are going to be absolutely clean, but Team Phoenix is actually going to be able to get the first initial kill down on the Zeox. And Zeox, with him going on down, they no longer have the shield to work with as well. But at the same time, Team Phoenix's positions are already going to be known. Murdoch's popping up that Phoenix kit. And with that Phoenix, he should be able to get into a forward position for himself. But I don't really like this. The revive right at the wrong time! Chris makes his own push and he's just going to be able to take down multiple more. Team Phoenix, they're in the worst possible position that they can ever be in. That revive just costed them everything. Team 1 HP, they're on the route to go in for another win and take it all away, ladies and gentlemen. Another #1 position for the side of Team 1 HP. I feel as though the momentum that they have cannot be stopped at all here.
I told you, Team 1 HP, they have a style of getting all of these squad vibes, and once again, they do it in style, they finish off in style, and it's time for actually Team X Omen to put on some styling points right now, and maybe it's time for Devil Corner to show us what he can do. 7 squads left aggressive, and I feel like that Team X Omen have a chance at finishing top 3. What do you think?
Yeah, the top 3 for the side of X-Omen could be on the plates, but at the same time, I feel as though Try Me Senpai, they're just in a little bit more of a better position. But, scratch that, they're in the worst possible position possible. There's 1 squad on the left, 1 squad on the right, and there's another squad straight inside of the building that they're trying to go into. Yeah, I think that Try Me Senpai are just sponsored.
Going ahead using a V8. Switch to the flat line, not going to be able to connect much, and she might get taken down. And Watts is going to come in and take him down. Let's go. Actually, take her down, my bad. But yeah, Medusa, well, nice try, buddy, but unfortunately, not going to be able to do much as Team X Omen. As I told you, they are feeling it, and they are going to go ahead and take on the fight. Just a couple of R99s and a wingman. Look at Devil Corner. He's running like a wingman only challenge or something like that. I've been seeing this guy on a wingman since day 1.
Yeah, the wingman is going to be one of those weapons that it's a signature weapon when you consider playing Apex. Like, if you don't have a wing, if you have never tried a wingman whenever you start playing Apex, you have not really played Apex just yet. That weapon has not been nerfed for such a long time when it comes down to the terms of damage. It started off at 45, it's always going to be at 45. But hey, what's not going to be at 45 is going to be the damage for the side of Lasuda party. They're just going to keep on going, and they're going to be able to spawn out the side of PXC. Take down that first initial play. They know for a fact that one player is also going to be holding on down from behind the boxes. The Hermite just going down through. There's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide. Goes, he's trying to get away. He's trying to maybe find something for his teammates. He's just not going to be able to get out of that alive though, because Lasuda party, they have their phone numbers and they're going to be calling them up and trying to take them back home almost immediately. Good positions from all the members of the side of Lasuda party though. They're actually playing it pretty smartly, trying to go down over onto multiple different sidelines, trying to make the rotation play for themselves. And the way that they're actually able to do it though, consistently, just goes to show how much they're actually trying to play for the win here. And I feel as though they should be able to take it away if they're able to take down the side of 1 HP. But 1 HP, yeah, their position once again, absolutely flawless here if the zone is in their favor.
Lasuda party, we did talk about them going ahead and aggressively taking some fights, but this is not at the get-go, man. This is much later. Lasuda party, they still have to work on their pacing, but for now, what they have to work on is the fact that they have to take down the side of Team 1 HP.
So good.
And this is really good. Lasuda party, it looks like the patience pays out, and it is going to be the entirety of 1 HP to get taken down. 1 HP are no longer going to be crowned the champions for match 3.
Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. Lasuda party, they're going to be able to take down the Titans, and with the Titans down already, it's just about the clean-up duty, and the new Titans should be crowned soon enough as well here, ladies and gentlemen. Will it be the side of Lasuda party, or will it be the side of Team Devils, I do believe, on the other end? Who's going to be able to win everything out here, Assassin? I want your thoughts on this, because it feels as though Lasuda party, they're going to be the top contender in my books.
Well, to be honest, Team Lasuda party, they definitely deserve to go ahead and win it out, right? But at the same time, we know for a fact that it is like a
poor Lovely Senpai, he's gone.
Yeah, it's a 3v1 situation right now, and yeah, that lone player right there, well, he's gonna pray to all the gods out there. Be like, guys, just save me. Why don't you guys go ahead and concentrate on another squad? Just leave me alone. Let me get some placement points. Which player is that, by the way? Who's left out? Oh, Love Me Senpai. Love Me Senpai is from Team...
Love Me Senpai.
Sure.
Okay,
But hey,
you can think about that later.
Yeah, that I'll talk about that later. Because now though the fight is getting intense, we're going to be seeing Team X Omen going ahead, getting them to the frag as well. The Devil Corner to try and get things done, but no, it's going to be Lasura Party to go ahead and get that champions title. Wow! Talking about Lasura Party and the way they have been playing, they'll instantly go ahead and get themselves a champion. Look at this.
Absolute beautiful play from the side of the Super Party. As I just stated, if they were able to take down 1 HP who had the much more flawless position, this was an easy win for them. There is no way in hell that the side of the Super Party would have lost this. And the fact that they were able to catch up on that and they were like, oh, wait, they have the better position. If we were able to take them down and take the space that they have created for themselves, we can easily go in for that engagement. We can easily take that fight for ourselves and easily take the win in our bags. Positioning was perfect from the side of the Suda Party. The gunplay was absolutely astounding as always. And right at the very end, Team Omen, yeah, they were just having the worst possible position. They needed to fight one more squad. They gave away their position by trying to take out Lovely Senpai. And when they were trying to take out Lovely Senpai and last member of PXE, the entirety of the Suda Party, they just jumped on down in and they're like, hey, let me join the party as well, man. You're not supposed to have a party without me here.
Yep.
And they just took it all away for themselves. They were crowned the champions, and that's going to be a pretty good win coming on down from them because now I feel as though that number 3 position is going to be up for grabs from the side of the Suda Party here, Assassin.
Definitely. Lasura Party, they might just be making their way over towards the top 4. You never really know. They have been pretty consistent, and the way they have got themselves a champion as well today in match 3 for the Rise of Legends, for Apex Legends tournament. Presented Rise of Legion for Apex Legends tournament presented to you by Lenovo and Intel. My bad, just having a bad day. But yeah, match highlights are going to be ready really soon, and we're going to be jumping straight into towards the match highlights as well. Aggressive. How do you think Lasura Party were able to put up this kind of a performance? I mean, what exactly do you think worked out for them?
I feel as though the discipline that I was talking about previously really did showcase in this initial matchup. The fact that they were constantly able to switch up their strategies, they were able to bring something a little bit more different, just goes to show that if you allow a team to grow over the span of an entire tournament, they can perform a lot more differently and a lot more admirably. And here, the side of Team 1 HP, what went wrong for them? They were a lot more stagnant. They were making mistakes. And I feel as though them getting a lot of the wins really did get into their heads a little bit because the play that they were making by going inside of the zone, yeah, that's not something that you should be doing. And because of the small thing that they did in round number 1, that hindered them massively when it came down over to that last circle, because the last circle is where all these pro teams are going to be performing the best. So let's head on down over to the match highlights and get a visual representation of what exactly went wrong for a lot of these teams and what went right for the side of the Super Party. And Assassin, you can take away for the very beginning stages of this engagement because I feel as though right at the very start, you saw a lot more action than me.
Lasura Party, they definitely went ahead and got themselves a kill right off the bat over there. We did see that. And then we had a lot of action happening over towards Fragment where we saw Team Phoenix, Team 1 HP, Team Unitex, everyone just go. Actually, Team Phoenix were absent. It was Team Unitex, Team 1 HP, and Team PXE in over towards the Fragments area, where it was actually Team 1 HP to go ahead and reign supreme. Unitex were taken care of as well without any issues whatsoever. Team Phoenix, on the other hand, yeah, they just went ahead and lined up the entire squad right there. It was actually Team Phoenix to just go ahead and get that victory over there. Also saw Doctor getting instantly taken down, to be picked up, and then it was actually Team Phoenix Team Phoenix. They just got rushed down. There was absolutely no escape out of here.
Yeah, but I feel as though once again, Murdoch, if he just opted to go in for that full shield cell instead of trying to revive the Doctor, that just ended everything for them. I believe though, if Murdoch had that full HP, the entirety of 1 HP wouldn't have opted to go in for that push, and with Ultimate Noob holding him down from the very bottom, they could have easily gone in for a pincer play and made things work for them. But hey, it happens to the best of us. It can happen to the pro players as well here. They also do make mistakes. They're not robots, they're human as well. And when you consider the amount of plays that the other teams are making as well, even if the side of Phoenix were able to survive that and take down 1 HP, it just wouldn't have worked out in the long run because a lot more of these other teams, Exome and Tiny Senpai, they were just playing it so beautifully, but those small mistakes right at the very end just costed them so much, Assassin, that, yeah, I don't know how I feel. It feels as though right at the very end, all these teams, they just crumble under the pressure when they know for a fact that there are 9, 11, 10 squads remaining right at the very end in these tiny circles. And in those type of situations, you need to keep your head calm and take your engagements properly instead of letting your adrenaline just get the better of you.
To that, Lasura Party, once again, we know for a fact that they had a lot of highlights right here when they went ahead and took down the entirety of Team 1 HP. Rushing on towards them with the R301s and the EVA8s, and it was actually Lasura Party to go ahead and take on the fight against the side of Team PXC as well. Yes, PXC got taken down. Then Team Exoman, they chimed in. Team Exoman and Team Lasura Party, both of these teams that we did highlight at the end of the second match for the day. Now they go ahead and, make us happy, surprise us all with this kind of a performance in match 3. So it looks like that just need a little bit of a boost, and now that they've got that boost, they go ahead and put up that champion's title as well.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to perform it absolutely beautifully. And right at the very end, it was Devil Corner versus the entire world, but there is no way that he would have been able to win that one out and get a proper win for his squad. But at the same time, I would say X-Omen, they're actually performing really beautifully. Consistently, they have gotten towards the top 3 and top 4 position on all of the maps, starting from map number 1 over onto map number 3. And the fact that they're able to do it just goes to show that this team, they have a lot of potential to grow, and that they can take that number 1 position as well, because it feels as the Lasuda Party, they're going to be the new big dogs here, and they have been angered by the wins coming on down through from the side of 1HP. We've been praising 1HP a little bit too much, and hey, we got to praise our other students as well. And Lasuda Party, they're like, hey, come on, Aggressive and Assassin. You got to give us some praise as well. I'm going to be the ones to take this win, and then you're going to notice me for sure. So let's head on down over to the map standings, ladies and gentlemen, for map number 3, and see how many points Lasuda Party have racked up. And they got a comfortable 24 points for themselves. And 1 HP, they have gotten 13, but at the same time, 1 HP is 1 HP. They have a total of 170 points now. Quick maths, ladies and gentlemen, because they had 157. And now they're going to be sitting comfortably, but the biggest hit now is from the side of Team Phoenix and Unitex, 6 and 5 respectively, Assassin. And you have to remember, the Suda Party, they're inching closer and closer to that number 3 position. So Team Phoenix and Unitex, they need to be ready, because there could just be a number 3 player coming on down to take their spot.
Even Exomen, they are going to be out of the 12th or 13th spot they were in the overall standings. Now they're going to be making their way in over towards top 10 for sure. Like Exomen was a really good performance coming out from them. And yeah, overall, good stuff coming out from the side of Lasuda Party. I think so. They are going to challenge Phoenix or Unitex to go ahead for that second or the third spot. But I feel like that speculation time is over. Got the current standings ready. So why don't we go ahead and pull it up right in front of our screens. And we're going to be seeing Team Lasuda Party making their way in over towards the 4th spot. With a total of 70 points right there. So 1 HP sitting at 170. Wow, that was kind of good. 1 HP. They rounded things off. 170 points. Phoenix with 82, Unitex with 73, and Lasuda Party with 70. If Lasuda Party go ahead and do a little bit more, and if Unitex once again falls down, then maybe Lasuda Party can easily take the 3rd spot, and Unitex are going to be falling down. At the same time, if Lasuda Party put on a champion or something like that, then maybe they have a chance at getting closer to Phoenix as well.
Honestly, I don't think they didn't even need a champion here. At this point, the Lasuda Party, if they just play for the placement, and if the side of Team Phoenix get a little bit unfortunate in the way they take a lot of their different engagements, the Lasuda Party, they can easily rise up and take that number 2 position for themselves. That, like, I'm just amazed here, Assassin, and I am absolutely flabbergasted. I don't have any words of how the side of the Lasuda Party are making all of this happen. Remember, on day 1, they were a team on that number 8 position. And now, look at where they are. It's absolutely incredible what one day can just do to a team to bring a completely new, different dynamic to them. That's really good, because the Suda Party, they have adapted, they have learned, and they're growing at such a rapid pace that it actually scares me. They're not supposed to grow this quickly as a team in just a span of a couple of games, but the fact that they have this much potential and this much talent just goes to show that these guys could be the real deal, and they could be the ones to dethrone Phoenix and Unitex from their positions and force them to play it a lot more differently and adapt themselves as well moving on down the line. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. Because hey, if you want to see all this jazz in front of your screen, just as Assassin would say, make sure to set it all up, hit the bell icon as well, because we are going to be back with one more day as well. We're not just done yet. It is going to be 2 more maps and also day number 3 of this entire tournament to see who's going to be crowned the winners this time around for this qualifiers. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting out on map number 4. It's going to be coming in soon enough. But at the same time, Assassin, I want to ask you a question here. What do you think that the side of the other teams are doing? I feel as though they're not able to show up as much, and I believe that they're stagnating when it comes down to a lot of their drops. I don't like where a lot of the other teams are dropping because they're dropping way too far away from the center. And at the same time, when they're trying to get towards that circle, they're just getting unlucky and getting caught off by the players who are also rotating.
Information is key, by the way, and all of these other teams, they kind of are lacking that. So information is something that they surely are lacking. Whereas on the other hand, teams like 1HP, they just quickly get in on these scans. We've got a lot of seer action coming in as well from the other teams, but not really using all the abilities to its full potential, right? We do see them sort of going down when it comes down to the one-on-one duels, but that's fine. That's gunplay. In terms of the abilities is something where a lot of teams are lacking right now. And I feel like that if they can just go ahead and gather the information and use some of their utilities and their abilities, maybe they are just going to be able to put up a much better fight against all of these better teams. Use your utility as much as possible. Use the thermites, use the grenades. Also use out the abilities coming out from each and every legend that you've got in your composition. I see a lot of teams just going ahead and picking up the seer, but then absolutely no use of the seer when they're not getting any information whatsoever. Like, yeah, they're tracking people down, they're using the heartbeat sensor and whatnot, but that's not every time, right? They focus a little bit too much on gunplay. Like, we have to take the fight, we have to take the fight. There's no time for us to use the ability. But that's not the actual truth. You gotta use the ability. You gotta strategize your move to take that fight, not just rush in Hail Mary and go guns blazing. Look at Team 1HP. The way they take on a fight, it has a specific strategy to it. It has a beautiful way of executing as well. So execution is key, and I feel like that 1HP, they do it in a way where everyone should sort of look at them as well. The same goes for the side of Team Phoenix, by the way. Yesterday, there was a dominating performance from their side, but today it's not as much. But still, in terms of duels, you can definitely take a look at Team Phoenix because they have an interesting gunplay right there.
Yeah, I feel as though Team Phoenix, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and so did the side of Unit X. They're just not able to get the wins.
So did I did.
Yeah, exactly. It's your fault. You hyped up those teams a little bit too much, and now they're suffering for it.
Yeah,
So-
it's completely fine. Guys, I got you in this.
Yeah. You get like Assassin will always hold you in his heart. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, even if the side of Unit X and Phoenix don't win out on that number 2 and number 3 position, they're still gonna be winners to me and Assassin. So don't really worry.
Yep, that's right. Nothing but love.
Yes. They're gonna winning out on a lot of love, but winning out on a couple of prize money as well. But at the same time, trying to shoot for that number 1 position as of right now, Assassin, I feel as though no one's gonna be touching them for a really long time, but it all really is up to what happens in map number 4 and in map number 5. If the side of Team 1HP are still able to get a couple of points for themselves at a bare minimum of 15 or maybe a 13, they're still going to be in a pretty good spot moving on down over into day number 3. And if they get a couple of wins for themselves, even on map number 4 and map number 5, it's going to be completely fine and dandy. They're still going to be in that top 1 position, holding it down strong, and the number 1 is going to be static no matter what happens. But what is going to be dynamic is going to be the number 2 and number 3 spot. It's going to be very much interchangeable and the number 4 position as well for the side of the Suda party, because now that they have tasted victory, Assassin, I feel as though they're going to be riding high when it comes down to the momentum, when it comes down to the adrenaline, and just keep the ball rolling on their court constantly. Well, how will
Let's
they actually
hope that doesn't
able
happen.
to go in for it is going to be the real question. Because the Suda party, I don't think they're going to be giving it up real soon.
Let's hope that doesn't happen, by the way. I mean, riding high and all is fine, but just got to be a little bit more careful. You guys are at the 4th spot. A single mistake can just cost you that 4th spot as well. We know for a fact that the entire breakdown for the prize pool, that is $4,000 US, The entire event has a prize pool of $4,000 in the breakdown. It surely depends on where exactly you place yourself as well. And multiple qualifiers, of course. It's not just $4,000 for qualifier one, it's $4,000 for the entire event. But hey, match is ready, so why don't we quickly go ahead and check out the message from our sponsors and dive straight into towards match 4.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rise of Legion, powered by Lenovo and Intel. We are back straight onto the map, and the players are going to be making their deep dive over towards the side of mid almost immediately. And with the leap of faith being taken here, Assassin, take it all away, my boy, because you love that reference, and I had to use it for your sake.
Well, definitely. I mean, being an Assassin's Creed fanboy, you would definitely love to go ahead and use that reference as well. The leap of faith. I feel like that. I'm not really sure about the faith though, but hey, did the Try Me Senpai just leave out okay, fine. This is left out for the solo loot missions. You know what? Let's just. Actually, it's also like sort of true where when you stop following, right? Stop following the jump master. You kind of travel fast. Like you just move in quicker.
I kind of forget about a lot of these mechanics whenever you're considering jumping in Apex. There is a way to gain a lot more speed in Apex. I don't really know if it has been patched out because I consistently still do it and I have not read the patch notes in a pretty long time, but it's completely fine and dandy. Apex is one of those games you don't really need to read the patch notes. Sometimes it's better to go in-game and then test out the stuff for yourself. Like, back before in Season 0, there used to be a mechanic where you actually tilted your camera diagonally to get the best possible speed whenever you are dropping. And in that situation, you will drop faster than pretty much anyone else, and you're able to skate through the entire map and then slide forward into a building and grab the loot before your opponents can, and then go in for an immediate engagement if you're dropping in hard. Those were the type of plays that you can make previously. I don't know if it's still very much possible, but at the same time, what we do know is possible, it's going to be Devil Corner and X-Omen going in for that first initial engagement. Who are they going to be facing is going to be the real question now. Towards the back, and a couple of the bomb shots are going to be going on down through. That means Devil Scout's going to be a lot of damage, and it's going to be the end of days, seeing their end of days.
Again?
And yeah, they just dropped, man, and they already saw the end of days.
Yeah, they definitely are not having the best of the. Yeah, they definitely are not having the best of the days. We'll be seeing a lot of syringe process as well. I feel like that Team Phoenix are also going to be taking on a fight here. Wow, Team Phoenix, they went ahead and took down the side of Zami and gang. That is Serial Chiller Sid, right? Lobby Senpai, Serial Chiller Sid, and Zami. Interesting. Team Phoenix are going to wipe that squad. Total of 12 squads remain now. Team Vector Sports are not playing this match, just for your information. So is Team Dothraki. They're also not playing. So yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate moment right here where teams have not showed up. They're not playing this match.
I like this play coming on down through from the side of Prime Senpai. They know for a fact that they need to try and play based upon the information, getting those infill towers and seeing exactly where the next possible circle is going to be at. And it feels as though Medusa, she heard your words, man. And she's like, hey, don't worry about it, Assassin. I'm going to be picking up the loot drone from the top end, and I'm going to be making sure I get that for myself. But is that a bolt
She should have just waited for it to turn gold, man.
No, was that a vault key? What was that? I forgot what exactly it was.
That was a world key, right? Yeah, that's a world key.
I just feel sad, man. No one wants
She did not pick up the world key, right?
no shit.
I guess she did. I saw her pick up the world key, so they should actually go in for the world. Let's go, guys. Try me, Senpai. Go ahead and get a champion. You guys deserve it.
Like they deserve it though. This team, they've showcased what they can actually do to try and take a lot of these wins, but just fall just a tiny little bit too short when it comes down to their positioning. And honestly, the hardest thing in Apex is to do is learn proper positioning. The maps are so hard to learn, and if you don't consistently scrim against other top caliber teams constantly over and over again, you're not going to be able to instantly understand what positions you need to hold depending on what circle you face. Because you do need to remember that the circles are completely random. There is no way to predict where it's going to land unless you are using those towers that are spread all across the map. And that's what the side of Trimey Center are trying to do this time around. But will they be able to get into a proper position though? It's going to be the real question here, ladies and gentlemen. But I expect them to do very proficiently when it comes down to their own polls. So let's see where do they go moving on down from here, because now it's their turn to try and go in for a forward position with only 12 squads left. How will they hold down the fort? And where will they move? It's going to be the real question here, Assassin, because I feel as though the other squads, they're looking up just as fine, and they need to find a little bit of an edge for themselves to make that difference.
Hey, Wizards of OZ, they could be the ones to actually take a lot of damage, and they do have a couple of teams right around the corner. OZ, they are going to try and revive Reggie side, but no, the revive is not going to come in. It's going to be Panda to move in and take down Ben Prince the second, and Unitex are getting in on the action. Wow, third party over third party. Nice.
Third party over the fifth party, my dude.
Actually, yeah, third party over the fifth party. Like 5 squads.
Oh my god, how many grenades do you have?
Yeah, this is sort of a Team Phoenix situation right here where they have a lot of thermites and a lot of frag grenades.
Still, the side of Team Wizards of Oz, they're still going to be able to live through it all because of the caustic smokes that they do have. And this is why Caustic is such an incredible legend here. The fact that he can just completely hold down the fort so beautifully inside of the building can be that difference maker. But at the same time, the problem is, if your opponents have a lot of grenades to work with, you're just not going to be able to live for long. And a couple of shotgun shots coming out now from the side of Mastiff, it's all that they're going to be needing. And hey, I see a Mozambique here, and I feel it's a rebellion. He's trying to be like, hey, maybe I can use this Mozambique instead of that Mastiff. It looks pretty good.
Did you mean Mozambique here?
No.
Okay, no, okay, fine.
It's a good weapon.
I tried. I tried the impression, okay? It's like Mozambique here.
I'm pretty sure that no one in this entire server is playing Lifeline. So, calm down, Assassin. Calm.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Let me just go cry in a corner.
No.
But
You're
yeah,
already
Heartstuck,
having a bad day, so don't worry.
Heartstuck D4 actually have found themselves at a pretty good place. Like, I like this position coming out from them. They sort of playing at the edge, and they're having a good time. They've got nothing to worry about. There are no squads around the corner. Yeah, all they have to do is just play with the ring, play with the zone, move in together. And oh, never mind. I guess I jinxed it. Yes, Caster's Curse is a thing. As there's gonna be a squad coming in from behind them from the south area, and they are also the ones who are gonna be chased by the ring. So. Team Heartstuck D4, as I did tell you, that they have the amazing positioning, right? They can just cut off these rotations. They might just be using up all of these scopes that they have on their weapons, right? So we have a 3x HCOG right here, the R301. It's going to be seeing the Hollow on Neo. So yeah, they're just going to use these and try and take down that squad that is coming in.
The fact that the entirety of the opposition team and also Heartstuck D4 are able to hold their position so strongly just goes to show that they know what to expect. But here on the other side, it's going to be Unit X holding on down through from the side of the Geysers. But Here, they can maybe go in for a couple of their own engagements. They know for a fact that the side of Team Phoenix is on the other side of the map. The shots are going to be heard and a couple of damage is also going to be given. But Team Phoenix, they need to cut their losses and they need to make sure they hold this position really strongly and don't give away a lot of information and waste a lot of their use resources. Because you do need to remember here, Assassin, they're right at the center of the circle pretty much where the rotations are going to happen. So they need to be careful. If they give this position up before the circle starts closing in very close, they're not going to be in a good position. Or they need to make that educated decision right now and immediately move on down towards inside of the circle. Otherwise, they're going to get pincer from two sides.
Someone's going ahead and is collecting all of the fragments or the crafting materials. Go ahead and replicate something. I don't know, maybe. Team Phoenix, they're the ones who are going to go ahead and put that replicator into use, whereas Team Try Me Senpai, they're going to try and replicate what Team 1HP do in order to wipe out a squad.
Enemy over there.
They know. Who's that squad, though? It's going to be the real question here, Assassin. Because they're playing it slow and they're playing it smart and engagingly. And there's going to be a good amount of damage going on down through onto that raid, and the raid needs to back off almost immediately. The grenades are going to get popped as well, and so is the Gimme Ultimate. Here comes a Hellfire, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going to be the ones running it down strong. One by one, the bodies are going to be dropping. The damage has already been done, and it is going to be the side of Devil's Corner's team just being able to take down the side of the party, I do believe, because it is going to be Mischievous, or is it the Lunatics? Yeah, I think it's the Lunatics, right, Assassin?
I feel like that the entirety of Team Chinese Senpai,
they need to make the push.
Yeah, they need to make the push. They pretty much have to make the move, otherwise they are just gonna be in the same spot. They have to make the push right about now. If they can try and get it done, then they have a chance at winning out this particular fight.
Going fast though, they cannot stay here for long because now it's gonna be an enemy team Roller Ultimate coming on down through onto their side, and this is why I told you about this stagnation for too long. They just lost pretty much everything because Team Phoenix, they want to get some action down onto their own accord and try me Senpai. They've waited for way too long. They're gonna pay the ultimate price for it with their own lives, but at the same time, Team Phoenix, they could be the ones paying for their own lives as well. They need to try and survive for as long as they possibly can, but how long can they do survive is a real question, because there's another team going in for a push onto them. Push him down, Murdoch! Try and get him down inside of that raid portal as fast as they possibly can. They're gonna be able to get down into a better position for themselves, but at the same time, if they get followed through straight through that raid portal, things are just not going to be looking up for them. They are going to be pushed on almost immediately. And on the other side, I feel as though it's going to be the side of Team Mutant X making their own push happen down towards the back end. The shots are going to be absolutely beautiful, but at the same time, Team Phoenix, their HP does not look so strong. Murdochs, they're going to be taking a lot of damage, and it's going to be PXC Alliance, ladies and gentlemen, instead being the ones to hunt down the Phoenixes. They can no longer rise from the ashes. The last few feathers have already been torn apart, and one by one, it's just poor old lonely Raid trying to survive it all, and I don't think she's gonna be able to survive for long. Maybe get them away from this position, maybe try and play for the placement points at the bare minimum to try to keep their hosted dreams alive, but yeah, not even that. The Doctor gets taken out as well, and EXC Alliance, playing the third party beautifully, are gonna be able to take that final kill, finish it all off, and get another squad walk for themselves.
Yeah, maybe that is going to be the plan for sure. Whereas on the other hand, we are going to be seeing Team Ignite and Mafias. They're sort of loot up. Still don't have the best of the loot, by the way. Hey, actually, you know what? Scratch that. They do. Pretty good scopes. Got our 301. The HCOG R99 as well. 99 is amazing SMG.
Thermite grenade here.
Hey, Ignite and Mafias. Gonna make them move in towards the next ring as well. And for now, they are pretty much inside of the ring, but hopefully when the next ring does pop in, we're gonna be seeing them moving straight in towards it without any hesitation whatsoever. They have to place themselves in such a way where they can make use of the position advantage. Like every single time, United Mafias, we have seen them while trying to make the rotations, they get taken down.
They're in a pretty good squad though, but at the same time, Assassin, I think this is the first time that we have seen only 5 squads remain here. when the third circle has not even started.
Wow.
What?
Over here.
Smooth again. Real
But
smooth.
no, Assassin, just look at that. There's only 5 squads left, and it's gonna be 4 soon enough if Ignited Mafias take this fight and win it out.
Yeah, and I guess United Mafia is going to take this fight as well. They've got the Rampage, they've got the Evade. He's got no Thermite to charge up the Rampage, so that is going to be a little bit of a problem though. If he had a Thermite, then that would have been insane. Could have actually got an entire squad wiped out by himself. Rampage revved up with the Thermite, best.
Even so, the main team that we really do need to keep an eye upon is going to be a lot of these low-ranking teams, because remember something, Team 1HP, they're no longer on the server. They got taken out almost immediately. And now, it's going to be all the underdog teams trying to go in for a couple plays for themselves and get their name on the board and try and get a win for themselves. But at the same time, Genius on their Revenant. Yeah, there's a reason why I kind of hate this character, because he just talks a little bit too much. But now, with that Thermite, he's going to be revved up and he's ready to take this fight. The ultimate's going to be popped soon enough as well. They have the jump pad, they have pretty much everything. And let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The push is just about to start with Octane leading the charge. And they're going to be making that push happen. The Rampage is ready. The shots are going to be absolutely clean and absolutely beautiful. They're just going to keep on going. The shots are just going to keep on going as well, ladies and gentlemen. They get a good amount of damage. But because of that Gibraltar shield, they're just not going to be able to do more than that. They need to back on off, heal themselves back up to full. Because now it is going to be crunch time. Because with the circle now closing on down to soon enough with only 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the clock, they either have to make that decision to hold down the fort here or change up their strategies and go down towards the other side. And Thermite is going to be revving up their Rampage one more time. Good amounts of damage down towards the back end. And it is going to be the side of Axe River. Just not going to be able to do much. But then Eva eats. The shots are just not connecting. But right at the very end, Hyper Zeppi gets taken on down. But there is nothing that the side of that team can do. Heartsung D4, they come in right at the very end, and Redom is like, oh, hello there, you want to run away from me? I'm going to be the one to take you down instead. Shots are going to be raining in beautifully, and Heartsung D4, they mean business, and they are ready to go in for those kills. Team X Omen, they had no way of surviving that, whatever that they were trying to do. And Heartsung D4, they played their position beautifully and just waited for the third party coming down through, and honestly, Assassin, that should not have happened there to the side of Ignited Mafia.
Definitely shouldn't have, but at the same time, we know for a fact that they kind of overstepped a little bit too much, right?
Yeah, they
feel-
overstayed their welcome way too much on that.
Yeah. I feel like Team Hotstuck D4 will be the ones to actually spot out 2 squads now. So one squad headed straight into the building, and the other squad is now making its way in.
not a squad.
3 squads left, by the way. Yeah, 3 squads left, by the way. And it's just one player, actually. All Might Zero from the side of the Lunatic squad. So 1v3v3. The All Might Zero, all he has to do is wait for both of these teams to duke it out. PXC versus the side of Team Hotstuck D4. Hotstuck D4 actually have a chance at going out and getting the champion here.
Yeah, Heartsung D4, they had the better loot here and they have the better guns in their own arsenal, but this triple take could just be the thing to maybe switch the tide for his own teammates. But I like this position coming on down for them. But at the same time, PXC Alliance, they have the better spot when it comes down to the overall circle, because you do need to remember the circle's going to be closing on down soon enough. And they're right at the center of that circle. And the fact that they're able to cut off any rotations that could be coming on down through, with All Might Zero being able to hold down the fort down through from the back end for the side of the Lunatic squad, this could be a very, very, very bad pincer that could end in the doom of their opposition. And now, with the push being held on down strong, PXC Alliance, they're the ones who should win everything out here, because Heartsung D4, they're not in spot to try and go in for this win, and the circle is still in the favor of PXC Alliance. It feels as though the Apex gods are in their favor here, Assassin.
That they definitely are. The PXC got themselves a pretty good setup going on, but then one Thermite or something like that is more than enough to go ahead and drive them out of that place as well. So hopefully, let's hope that none of that is going to happen. Killua guarding the top of the hills. He has spotted out one player and he's waiting for the head to pop in once again. He's not going to shoot, but I don't think so he's going to shoot. Like, he's just gonna try and gain that information that okay, guys, they're on top of the hill, they're moving it over towards the other side. What is the plan here? What is the plan? Do you want us to go in for an overall rotation, come in with a little bit of a flank, or do you just want to take the fights head on?
Couple of pop shots being taken by All Might Zero to try and maybe get a couple of little chunks of damage to maybe whittle them down for the opposition team to try and take out the other player. But I feel as the Hearthstone D4, they know for a fact that there is one player on towards that right side, but I don't think they know that it's just a single player. They're still expecting 3 proper squads to be there and present to try and take this fight. But look at this, Hearthstone D4, they're getting pushed on. So, sorry, they're actually pushing the side of PXC, and they know for a fact that they need to push them out of that position already. All 3 members are going to be holding on down true from the top. The caustic position has also been spotted, and they can no longer try and play this position down as if they were trying to play it down defensively. The entirety of Hearthstone D4, they can easily make a rotation play and try and play based upon this lower hill, because even if the side of PXC, they start pushing on down through from inside of the building, they're giving up their massive advantage. The caustic is still not going to be strong enough against this Gibraltar, because as soon as they come out in the open, the Gibraltar can just rain down Hellfire and immediately shut down any form of push that they were making down previously on towards the side of Hearthstone D4. So PXC, they need to make a decision. It's either go big or go home for them, because if the side of Hearthstone D4 are allowed to hold this position, it's already done and dusted in the circle. It's not in the favor of the side of PXC.
Also, D4, once again, they are going to be getting that Beast of the Hunt into the hands of Neo, and he's also going to be putting in these scans. And there you go. Out, the Team PXC once again. Yep. Hearthstone D4 just need to be a little bit more careful and patient. They can't afford to let any slip-ups happen right about now.
Lunatic is gonna be the only player that's gonna be the third of their size, but how much can one player really do? Look at this guy. He has only 18 bullets left on his magazine. He's trying to do as much as he possibly can, but at the same time, he's just one singular person, and as they know that it's just one person, they're not even gonna worry about him much. It's just about withering down his armor, trying to play for the time, and this is a really, really long circle here. And the circle is going to be coming on down soon as well, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the final circle and the final push for these 3 teams. These 2 teams, sorry, and this one player. Lunatic trying for the side of Lunatic, sorry, trying to hold down the floor. The push is going to be coming on down, and it's going to be All Might Zero trying to make his push happen, trying to survive the onslaught that's going to be going on down to him soon enough, because with only 10 bullets left on his arsenal, and he's just trying to be an annoyance at this point. Like, you know for a fact that that one annoying guy in Apex just completely shoots you down and just whittles down your shields. He has no business being there, but he's just there. He's just looking at you and gonna be like, hey, I'm here. You gotta look at me. I'm here. And I'm gonna cause as much damage as I possibly can, and maybe, just maybe, catch you guys off guard and take the win for myself.
Well, to be honest, Team PXC Alliance have a really good position. And I feel like that all they have to do is just hold it. Like, hold that particular angle, take the fights when needed, and yep, there you go.
Oh, wait, no!
A good night coming in. No, Killua, why did he just... Okay.
A little bit of a whiff right there.
Yeah, too low sensitivity.
Yeah.
Okay, All Might Zero is gonna go ahead and charge up.
Oh, they're pushing. They're going.
Yep, they're going for this PXC. We're gonna be seeing them getting rushed.
Oh, I like this position from them.
Yeah, PXC, they are holding a really good position, whereas at the same time, Leaderboard is also going to try and bring in some damage. He's like, why don't I help out the team who's winning and maybe just come in and finish up the job as well. Hearthstone D4, they've lost right death. Fight death. But yeah, it's just down to Neo and Suraj. And yep, there you go. This is going to be Team Hearthstone D4 to go ahead and get that champion, ladies and gentlemen. As they are finally going to go ahead and showcase what we were expecting out of them for day one.
Again, like Assassin, I kind of expected Team PXC to use their costed ultimate and then push the entirety of Hearthstone D4 into a very uncomfortable position where they cannot opt to go in for a win like that, but it's just, I'm very confused. They had all of their utility and they were just stagnated inside of the building, and I understand you want to keep that building control in your favor, but you know for a fact that they have an octane, and with just one jump pad, if they're able to get on top of that building, you already lost your advantage. If they're holding down from the top, you can literally do nothing for them unless you step out into the open where there is All Might Zero shooting on down and being an annoyance factor, just completely shutting you down on multiple different angles. And you don't even have a Gibraltar on your side to take a lot of those different engagements properly. That just hurt PXC a little bit too much. They needed to take a little bit of initiative. And the fact that they did not take that initiative just cost them this entire match. And in map number 4, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the side of Heartsuck D4 getting a win for themselves and just shooting up into the top 10 rankings almost instantly. And we're going to see that soon enough here, Assassin. But at the same time, I want your thoughts here on what exactly the side of Heartsuck D4 actually did, because they played it so beautifully here as we head on now over to the match.
Yep, the match highlights are going to be popping up right in front of your screens now. And this is match 4 highlights, by the way, for the day. Got one more match ready, so don't you guys worry. Got you covered. But yeah, the side of Team Phoenix, actually, they had a pretty good start. We also saw Unit X going ahead and taking up that fight. Wizards of OZ almost just, sandwiched themselves inside of that building, and they were not able to escape out of there. Wizards obviously, they did not survive for long as Unit X. They were hot on their heels, and they really wanted to go ahead and take on this fight. We're going to be seeing moments where Team Unit X went ahead and used up their Mastiff. They also used up their R301s. And they went ahead and finished off Ojira's side, Regicide, and also finished off the Seer from the side of Team Wizards of OZ. Try Me Senpai, the way they were actually playing match 4, I thought that they might go ahead and win it out as well because of the way how passive they were playing. But yeah, it was pretty important at the same time to go ahead and take on the fights, so I wouldn't blame them for that. But they played really well. I absolutely love the way Team Try Me Senpai played for match 4.
Yeah, Trummy Senpai, they tried their hardest, but at the same time, once again, the segmentation. They're like, I don't really like this in general. Like, I always talk about this. Doesn't matter if it's a game of Apex, doesn't matter if it's another game as well. Like, you always do need to remember that you should not stay in one position every single time, especially in a VR. If you get too comfortable in one spot, there, of course, is going to be another team that just pushes you in the back and immediately backstabs you and takes you out. And that's what happened here consistently throughout the entire map. Team 1HP, Team Phoenix, Team Unit X, they waited for way too long in one singular position, causing them to lose out on multitude of rounds because of that first initial play. Team Ignited Mafias, though, here, Assassin, they performed the best in my eyes. The amount of damage that they were able to do and the amount of plays that they were able to make was absolutely beautiful, but you know why they fell short? Because they stayed on the hill for way too long and they paid the price for it. Because Heartsuck D4, they were on one side, the side of X-Omen, they were on the other.
Through that, Team Heartsuck D4, good performance coming out from them. Really happy with the way they used out their utilities and their abilities as well in order to go ahead and put up that victory. Surprisingly, Team Phoenix, Team Unit X, and Team 1HP, they were all not up there to take on the players from the side of Team Heartsuck D4. But, I mean, Team Heartsuck D4, they did fight it out pretty hard against Team PXC Alliance, and PXC Alliance, they also put up a good fight. Lunatic squad, they had All Might Zero, who was left out. All Might Zero, he was like, I'm just going to try and get some kills. I'm just going to try and get some knocks, maybe played out for the placements. But yeah, Astro D4, they went ahead and finished off the final player. And with that, they also put themselves the champions title right up on the board. So amazing stuff coming out from the side of Astro D4. They are going to climb up the board as well in the overall standings. The match standings are going to be ready, and as soon as they are, we are going to be pulling it up straight in front of your screens. Regressive, what do you think? Let's have a little bit of a prediction. Do you think after match 4 for the day, do you think Heartsuck D4 are going to be making their way in towards the top 5?
I feel as though the top 5 is not like yeah, they're gonna actually make it towards the top 5. I'm very sure because they had a lot of kill points. They have a lot.
They were already in the 6th or 7th spot, right?
I think that they were on the 8th spot, I do believe. Like, my memory's not going to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's why I said somewhere around 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of kill points racked up this match, and they also got a champion. So that should pretty much put them at like a 3rd or the 4th spot. They already were very close. So the entire region from 3 to, I guess, 6 or 7 is just, it's really, really close. If anyone goes out and gets a champion or gets a lot of kills as well for themselves, they can easily climb the board. Yeah, the current standings, yeah.
Yeah, I feel as though the fifth is where they should be at because consider something. They were a team with only 30 points, and the
Yeah.
number three position, number three and number four position, sorry, was at 70 and 76-ish, I believe, respectively. So when you consider what happened in the number five position, they were at 50 points instead. And Hearthstone T4, they had somewhere around 37-ish. So they should be able to take that number five position for themselves. And breaking into the top five after having such a rough day on day number two, it's going to be really admirable. And if they're able to keep that form moving on down over onto map number five as well, ladies and gentlemen, Hearthstone T4, they're going to be in a pretty good spot as well. But at the same time, Assassin, I want your thoughts. How did you feel about the pace of this entire match before the as we are getting prepped up and ready for the match settings?
Yeah, the pace was really good. I really love the way Hatsu D4 and the rest of the teams they actually played this one out. Lasuda Party once again they were kind of not hot on the action, but they were pretty much there. They were present. They did take themselves a few initial engagements, but then they were not able to do much. Hatsu D4, who actually were the champions, they were hot right at the bat. Like they were kind of just going ahead and taking fights, whatever they can find. It's like, when you are in that position where you're like nothing's working out, you know what? Let's just drop down and take the fights. Just take the fights. Hot drop your way in, take the fights, and that's exactly what Heartsick D4 did. They also got themselves a pretty good loot, and they were very careful in each and every step that they were taking as well throughout the match. Uh, Even PXC Alliance, I really liked how they, sort of were holding on to that building. That building was actually a very good angle for them to have a 360 vision of the entire area. And they actually were holding on to that building pretty damn good. They also were winning off their engagements that they were taking. And I would say for the side of Team Phoenix, Team Unidex, and Team 1HP, things did not work out that well. Team Phoenix, we all know what happened to them. Team Unidex, they also got absolutely destroyed. And Team 1HP, well, they tried, but unfortunately, they did not get a good enough loot this time around, though. I felt as if their loot was just not perfect.
Yeah, they did get a little bit unfortunate when it came down to that. And but at the same time, I do believe that they're going to be able to pick themselves up and try and maybe get themselves a little bit closer to that number two position. But at the same time, I don't really like this as well, Assassin. The fact that the top three teams they're just getting killed off this early. Team 1 HP, I can kind of understand. They're taking it a lot more easier, but at the same time, you should not be taking it this easy because you need to try and get one more win for yourself to get a proper strong lead heading on down on the day number three, because day number three is where the real pressure will start, because day number three is where all these teams they're going to be trying their hardest and they're going to be bringing everything down to the table. They're not going to be leaving a single stone unturned to try and take every possible advantage that they possibly can to try and go in for a win. We could just be seeing a lot of different legend compositions that we didn't even really see on day number one and day number two, because a lot of the teams are going to be saving up for that. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, to try and alleviate you from a lot of our speculations, we're going to be heading on down over to the standings for this matchup and see where all of these teams are actually standing and how they actually perform in map number four. Because I feel as though with Hearthstone D4 now getting 23 points on their side, they're easily going to be able to take that number five position. But Pixie Alliance, I don't know where they're going to be shooting up. And Unidex and Phoenix, yeah, they played it very beautifully as well.
Hashtag D4 with a total of 23 points. Not bad. 11 kill points and 12 placement points. PXC Alliance with 15 total points. X Omen actually also managed to put themselves at the third spot. So X Omen, I really loved the way they made themselves into as a top 10, and we're sitting at the 10th spot after the end of match 3 for the day. Now after match 4, they should pretty much be at the 9th spot, maybe 9th or 10th. Never really know. Phoenix, they were only able to put up a total of 9 points for match 9 in total, including day 1 and day 2. Unidex with 8, Ignited Mafias with 7, Lunatic Squad with 7 as well. I thought Lunatic Squad are going to get a little bit more, but yeah, all the 7 points are from the placement points. They're not actually going to kill that game. SW Gaming with 6, Try Me Senpai with 2, 1 HP with 2. Not bad. I mean, 1 HP definitely was a poor performance for them that match, but moving into as the final match for the day, I feel like that they might go ahead and get one more champion.
This is going to be a little bit of a question mark in my eyes here, Assassin, because um how are these teams going to be placing when it comes down to the standings? Because match number 9 has been a little bit difficult. Initially, I thought that it's going to be a dominant showing. It's going to be 1HP taking it all away. Phoenix and Unitex just battling off against one another in that dynamic fight. But that's not what's happening here. Consistently, we're seeing the side of Phoenix, Unitex, and 1HP underperform and get taken down by a lot of these lower ranking teams that are now just shooting up in the rankings one by one. The Suda Party going in from absolutely nowhere up to the very 5th position. Here, yeah, they kind of did die out pretty early, but that's because they tried to take an engagement that they really shouldn't have. And they tried to go in for a hot drop straight, just like the side of Barca D4, and that really didn't work out with their favor. It's completely fine and that it happens to the best of us. But here, moving on down the line, I want to see something a little bit more different looking on down from these teams. Slow down the pace, because match number, like, I don't know how I feel about match number 4 Assassin, because the pace of this map was extremely quick. The third circle didn't even close in, Assassin, and we were already down to 5 squads. That is very, very, very rare when you consider a pro game.
True that. The overall standings, once they are ready, I really want to see where exactly Team Hashtag D4 have placed themselves as well. We did speculate that they are going to be at the 5th spot, but I want to see the rest of the changes, where exactly PXC Alliance are going to be, where exactly X-Omen are going to be as well. I mean, we know for a fact that 1HP, Phoenix, and Unitex are sort of going to be holding on to their respective positions, but all of these other teams are actually going to make a difference. Wizards of OZ, we were expecting them to also showcase something, right? But today, it looks like it just isn't their day.
Yeah, Wizards of Oz, they're just not having a proper positioning for themselves. They're trying to go in for a lot of the engagements that they really normally do go for. We have seen them perform really well on day number 1, even being able to take down 1 HP Phoenix and sometimes even Unit X from time to time. The fact is that here, though, I don't know. As you just stated, they just woke up on the bed here. And now, with the overall standings finally ready, ladies and gentlemen, let's see where all these teams are standing upon when it comes down to their points. And it is going to be the side of Team Phoenix being able to hold down the position strongly on 91 points. Let's just not talk about 1 HP. They're absolutely untouchable. Unit X with 81. The Suda Party, though, that's actually interesting here, Assassin. They can easily take that number 3 and also that number 2 position if they get a champion for themselves. So things are getting spicy here, ladies and gentlemen, because 2, 3, and 4, they could get swapped out at any second. And also Hearthstone D4, they shoot up to that number 5 position. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Lasuda Party, they're sitting at the 4th spot. Hearthstone D4 are catching up as well. Hearthstone D4, if they can just perform a little bit more into the final match of the day, they might just dethrone Lasuda Party. Lasuda Party did not have a great play in match 4. So, yeah. If Lasuda Party are not going to be able to do anything in match 5, that is the final match of the day, then it looks like that Hearthstone D4 might just go ahead and dethrone them as well for the 4th spot. But hey, the Devils, they're still on that 6th spot, man. They're not going to be going down anytime soon alongside Team Asses as well. United Mafias are at the 8th spot. And I feel like that Team Phoenix, they pretty much are sort of struggling as well to catch up to Team 1HP, who are consistently putting up the kills and who are consistently putting up the points as well. Team Phoenix and Team Unitex, that is a fight that we are sort of looking to see. Because Team Unitex, they are just 10 points behind Team Phoenix. So, yeah, looking to see if they can get that 10 points or not, if they can just stack up these skills and maybe try and dethrone each other from their particular positions. Maybe we might just see that happening as well at the end of the day. But for now, match number 5 is getting ready, and we can't wait to see what is going to happen for the final match of the day. Aggressive, what do you think is going to happen? What are your thoughts for match 5?
Personally, in my opinion, in match number 5, I would expect the teams to be a little bit more, let's say, defensive. Because I feel as though match number 4 was way too aggressive for a lot of these teams to take a lot of proper positioning. And I feel as though that's what really went wrong for the side of 1 HP. They were expecting them to be a little bit more slower, a little bit more systematic, but it was just a rush all over the place. But ladies and gentlemen, map number 5 is already ready. We're going to be heading on down over to the game after a short word from our sponsors.
outside. Who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lenovo Intel presents Rise of Legion for Apex Legends Match 5. That is the final match for the day. Going to be jumping straight in towards World's Edge, and this time around, though, going to be seeing the airship and the path that it has taken is going to be splitting the map into two. It was going to be going straight between Harvester and right on top of Harvester, actually, and between the Fragment East and the Geezer. So yeah, for a lot of teams out there, it pretty much was going to be a really good ship path, because most of the teams, they rely to drop in over towards Fragment East, and we have teams who drop in over towards the Countdown. There's going to be Unitex moving over towards the Countdowns, and yep, interestingly, Try Me Senpai, they already have initiated a fight here. I feel like that they might just be able to reign supreme as well over here. Looking forward to seeing which team are they engaging, by the way. This Thermal Station, if I'm not wrong, right? So yeah, Thermal Station, already fight has started up. The Doctor is going to take down End of Days, and wow.
Oh my god, these guys are in the worst possible position, man.
Wow, Murdoch got
Murdoch-
taken down, by the way. Blunder King
Yeah.
took down Murdoch from Phoenix.
I kind of feel bad though, man. Like, End of Days, they're just not having the best of days here, but wait a second. Maybe they're gonna have a pretty good day, because End of Days, they're gonna be able to take down a couple of squads for themselves. Phoenix, though, they're gonna be really mad because their buddy Doctor, they have been taken on out, but at the same time, Ultimate Noob, he does have a Peacekeeper in his hand, and it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. This is why I love the Peacekeeper giver stats. Just look at it, the glory of the Peacekeeper, just one pumping everyone straight in their faces. That's what you live for here. And with that, it's gonna be the sound of Ultimate Noob being able to clutch it out for his buddies, get them to a respawn beacon, and get them back to the loot that they rightfully deserve.
Yeah, the Peacekeeper is going to be going in really, really hot, and I feel like that it's time for me to start playing with the Peacekeeper as well. A mobile respawn, I mean, yeah, we're going to be seeing the respawn coming in as well. Hashtag D4. Oh, wow.
What?
Did he just...
What? No. Did he just, like...
Yeah, did he just hold the edge of the... Okay, fine.
Is that a mechanic that I don't know about?
Yeah, you can actually just, grab out of that ledge. Surprising. Hey, Try Me Senpai. Well, he's gonna be the one to go ahead and, Try Me Senpai actually, Nav is gonna be the one to go ahead and take down Suraj Paradise. And, that is gonna be a squad getting wiped out, by the way. Try Me Senpai, they already are gonna be winning out that fight. Gonna clear out that squad, and, they're gonna move on further.
It was an interesting play, to say the very least. But at the same time, hey, Try Me Senpai, they're going to be pretty happy because they're able to hold out their position. But at the same time, Clubs is like, okay, I'm pretty sure that Nav is like, hey, give me some ammo here. I need some proper ammo for my flatline. And Clubs is like, I don't have anything, man. I only have these, have this amount of ammo for light ammo. Just try and find yourself a better gun, and maybe you're going to be able to do it. Let's pick himself up. R301 to try and hold down the fort. But at the same time, Assassin, I believe that the R301 is still going to be the superior gun in comparison to the Flatline, even though the damage is greater, just because of the level of control and the laser capabilities that it does have. But at the same time, I believe with Unit X, they have a little bit of their own capability, and they're just going to be diving in left, they're just going to be diving in right, and Unit X, one by one, they're making that push happen. The All-Star trying to go in for a little bit of a damage for themselves as well. Beautiful shots coming on down from that Prowler. Chappie trying to maybe get into a forward position, maybe try and save his buddy. He's just not going to be able to find it, so they need to heal themselves back up to full and then go in for an immediate engagement, because if they try to not take this fight, this is just not going to be in a pretty good position for them. But the entirety of Unit X, they're just dipping. They know for a fact that they can pick up Cardinal's banner on a later date, but the fact that they actually ran away, I don't really like this, but I understand why they're doing it as well. They're trying to cut their losses and maybe just take this
The
fight
Lunatic squad
when
got
they're in a better
eliminated, by the
position.
way. The Lunatic squad got eliminated, by the way, off your screens. It was a pretty happy fight right there as well. X-Omen, they have got eyes on that team that just made their way in using the jump pad. So I feel like that Devil Corner is in a little bit of a hurry. Yeah, that's Unidex. Hello, Unidex. Say hello to Devil Corner and his aggression right now. And he has got no information, by the way, and he's just making this Hail Mary question. There you go, finally he's gonna and is gonna go ahead and take that fight. Oh, Chappie is gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
falling
over.
down straight in towards the shield, and I feel like that it is gonna be Devil Corner to win up this fight. Yep, there you go. Good night, Chappie.
Absolutely nothing that you can do. The entirety of the side of Unidex, they're gonna fall massively, and it feels as though Team X-Omen, they're gonna be the kryptonite factor for this entire play here, Assassin.
Ami Senpai, also going to be finishing off Wizards of OZ is the information that we just received off your screens. Wizards of OZ, they did not have the best of the days today, actually, so kind of understandable that they were not able to perform. Trami Senpai, looks like that they are kind of getting desperate to get one champion to their name. We have talked about this before as well. They kind of deserve it because they have been very close to taking down teams like 1 HP every single time they drop in over towards Fragment. This time around, though, they've dropped in towards a different location, and yeah, they're actually they've sort of found victory over there as well. And the other location is Thermal Station.
They're playing it pretty strongly, and the fact that they're holding down the thermal station this well basically means that they're still going to be able to keep their positions prime, and they're still going to be ready to take a lot of those different engagements properly. And I like thermal station primarily because it allows you to have multiple different options for rotations. You can go left, you can go right, you can go south, depending on where you do need to go, and you don't really have to worry about getting hurt by it as heavily when you have a proper position for yourself. But the fact is, they're staying at the center just a little bit too much, and if the side of Prime Senpai fall into that same trap once again, I don't know how they're going to be performing. But at the same time, hey, the side of Team Phoenix, they had a pretty rough start right at the very beginning, but still, they're going to be in a beautiful position for themselves as well this time around. Positions are going to be strong, and the loot is going to be perfect for them as well. The push is going to be coming on down through here, ladies and gentlemen, and now it is going to be the side of Team Phoenix going on for that first initial engagement, but the Doctor just gets lasered in a matter of seconds.
Murdoch, who's the shields, is going to try and recharge them as well. To try and get ready for this fight against 1 HP. Phoenix versus 1 HP. What an interesting battle. Let's see, 1 HP. They're also getting ready with their shields recharged. Know for a fact that Team Phoenix are a team. They're going to try and hunt you down. They're not going to let you go alive that easily.
It's going to be the side of 1 HP going in for their own rotation. Making their way down towards the epicenter, and oh no, it's going to be Chris spotting out the members of Team Phoenix who are trying to hold down that fort. Brimstone moving on down through from the sideline does get lasered. He needs to dip himself back out by using his own raid form to try and go into the void and maybe try and get a better position for himself. But not just yet, because it's going to be the side of 1 HP getting pushed on by another squad. The ultimates are going to be popped as well, and it's going to be Frenzy popping his own one. And with that Seer ultimate now going on down through, all of their positions are revealed, but the push from the side of Axler is just going to be a little bit too strong. It's going to be the side of Ignited Mafia is now exacting revenge on the members of the side of 1 HP, and this will be a trigger for a lot of the other squads to make their own push happen as well. And if this is that trigger, side of Ignited Mafia, they played this absolutely beautifully. They know for a fact that if they are able to take down 1 HP or incentivize the side of 1 HP to go and make a push over towards the side of Team Phoenix, those two squads can immediately just duking it off against one another. And in the very end, it would be the side of Team Mafia still being able to go in for a proper play and just take down another squad almost immediately. Because just look at the positions. Team Phoenix, they know for a fact that someone needs to be just right under them. And the Doctor, he knows, and he's ready to take this fight.
Yeah, Team Phoenix, they are getting ready for this approach coming in as well. They are going to be seeing 2 squads right in front of them. One over towards the left and one over towards the right. That is going to be over towards the left is going to be Team 1 HP, and over towards the right is going to be Tripper, Hyper, Zeph, and squad as well. Oh wow, Unitex are right on the corner, by the way. They're also approaching. So over towards the epicenter is going to be where things are going to come to an end, by the way.
Fact that Team Phoenix, they have the most powerful position on the entire map, and the circle's actually closing about epicenter. Kind of like this. They have a lot of loot to work with as well. They can just chill here for a really long time. They're going to be really happy as well. They have that Gippy shield if they really do need it down in the long run. So in a way, it's completely fine and dandy. They can just chill here for as long as they want, wait for the Wraith ultimate to come on back for them, and using that Wraith ultimate, they can easily reposition themselves if they need to, moving on down the line. But for now, they're going to be really happy. But who is not going to be happy is going to be the side of Team 1HP, because they are not looking that good when it comes down to the terms of their armor, loot, and in general, their positioning, because this position is so exposed from multiple different angles that this could just be the end of 1HP if they don't try and reposition almost immediately to Assassin.
I like how Frenzy is so adventurous. He's going to use the R301 and take that long range engagement against the charge rifle.
It's just that good.
Yeah, I mean, true. At the same time, sometimes you just gotta have the perfect weapon in order to showcase your true potential, right? And the R301 in that range, I don't think so it's gonna do any sorts of damage whatsoever. It never did any damage.
Yeah, that's the R301 for you. Sometimes it's going to be an absolute laser beam, and at other times it's just going to be that weapon. You're like, why are you not hitting these shots? But it's completely fine.
I'm seeing a lot of players use the G7 Scout, by the way. Never really thought that I'm going to be seeing that. I'm not saying the G7 Scout is not good, but yeah, I see a lot of teams, you know, like it's like a standard default for them to just go in for an SMG and an assault rifle, right?
The main reason why the G7 Scout is such a strong and potent weapon as of right now here, Assassin, I believe that all of the teams, they like to take these long-range engagements, and in pro play in general, if you see a lot of those professional level games, they always pick up those long-range weaponries on one specific player, because one specific player is always going to be sitting in the back, and that's primarily the Gibraltar, who's raining down hell from the other side of the map. And that is why the G7 Scout is so clean and just so important. If you don't have a charge rifle, the next best thing is that G7 Scout. That's why a lot of these teams are now picking it up quite a lot more frequently. But moving on down the line though here, for now though, Assassin, it is going to be the side of Try Me Senpai just going in for a couple of shots for themselves, and immediately the force swing is going to be coming on down as well. The shots are going to be clean, the shots are going to be beautiful, and Try Me Senpai, they're in a very good spot, but at the same time, they're also not in a good spot, because look at where the zone is heading and look at where they are standing here, Assassin. If they don't make this push happen almost immediately, or if their opposition don't get scared and don't back on off, I don't know how things are going to be ending for them.
Yeah, Try Me Senpai. They just have to be a little bit more careful because they have got squads coming left, right, and center. And all they have to do is just hold on to this angle that they've got. Hold on to this piece of real estate that they have. It's a pretty good spot. The ring is coming in as well. They would have to reposition, but they can at least try and catch some of the teams while they're trying to make their location.
Enemy over there.
Team 1 HP. I feel as if we're going to be seeing them go ahead and take on the side of team... yeah, I feel that is happening. Yep, Team 1 HP, they're going ahead and taking the fight against the side of Chinese Senpai. It's going to be Chris to take down clubs, and Nav is going to be falling down as well. And where exactly is Misa? This is the final player left out from the side of Team Chinese Senpai. And can't wait to see what exactly is going to happen. Oh, never mind. It's already down. So, yep. 9 squads left now. With that, we see Team 1 HP going ahead and taking down the entirety of Team Try Me Senpai.
Enemy.
1 HP. I'm going to go ahead and loot out the side of Team Try Me Senpai. That we're going to be seeing 9 spots left out, as I did mention, right? We're seeing the Gibby ult coming in as well. 1 HP. You're going to be far away from the Gibby ult, so not going to be a problem whatsoever. Like the charge rifle, Zeox really doesn't have a lot of ammo to work with. We are going to be waiting for Zeox to maybe find Maybe find an alternative right there for the charge rifle. Maybe just switch weapons, because now that the ring is closing in on this side, mostly going to be medium to close range. We're going to be seeing 1HP trying to, go into this fight now. It's going to be Ben frames per second. iPickle to be falling down as well. Grips is just on fire. He knows for a fact that there is one more squad coming in from the east side. We've got to be careful. The shield is going to be going down by Zeox, and that is a good one. Stuff coming out to the side of 1HP and aggressive is back.
And finally, I am back, ladies and gentlemen, just when the aggressive plays are just about to start. The Gibraltar elements are leading from the left, one is ready from the right, but at the same time, we know for a fact that 1 HP, this is the chaos that they love to live in. Grips getting injured a little bit, does get cracked as well, but still, Zeox, he's going to be the one cracking a little bit of armor as well, and cracking a couple of jolts on the Gibraltar, and down goes back, and they're going to be able to get a good amount of damage, but Zeox is taken down almost immediately. But on the other side of this iceberg, they need to make this push happen almost immediately, but still the positioning is just not going to be there. It's going to be the side of Team Phoenix being able to take down 1 HP. The better positioning rules and all, ladies and gentlemen. Team Phoenix, they take out the #1 team on the leaderboards as of right now, but at the same time, they cannot breathe easy just yet. They need to try and go in for a win here, Assassin. And when and I do believe that Unitex already has been eliminated, if I am not wrong. So in a way, this could be the chance of Team Phoenix, for the side of Team Phoenix, sorry, to try and get as big of a lead as possible to make sure that Lasuda Party does not get even close to them, to try and take it away from them. So let's see what they can do here, ladies and gentlemen, because the Lasuda Party, they're still going to be up and running with Team Phoenix. So that #2 position is still up for grabs in a matter of seconds. So let's see what we can expect coming on down from these teams here, because now this one small case could just be where the side of Lasuda Party are going to be able to hold it down strong, but they need to try and move themselves forward, because this circle is not in a favorable position if you are not able to take that building on the edge of that circle.
Oh, what's this? We definitely are watching you. Shouldn't have gone in and opened fire. Now that you've done it, given away your position and your teammates as well. Team Phoenix, they're gonna be absolutely ready for that. With that backstab as well that is coming in from you guys. It's Omen. They know for a fact that fights are happening left, right, and center. Just on top of this cliff. They're gonna try and get in on the action. They really want a piece of the action. Solo Yokai is gonna spot out one player, by the way, over towards the left-hand side, and now he's also gonna be taking a bit of damage. Interesting.
I suspect we will find
6 squads left out, by the way, guys, and yeah. Let's get. It was 9 actually. We became 6.
Oh no!
And, whoa.
Poor lunatic.
Yeah. 5 now. Lunatic Squad's player JJ Gaming got taken down, by the way, so make it 5. And oh wow, what's just gonna take down Ultimate Noob? And whoa! Don't tell me Team Phoenix is down. Is Team Phoenix down?
No.
Yes, they are. Team Phoenix is down, if I'm not wrong, and that's gonna be 4 squads left.
Oh.
Ex-Omen, they have a chance at this. Aggressive.
Yeah, they can actually take it all away and bring it back in their favor. The damage has already been done, and it is going to be the bodies of all the members of the side of X-Omen. Just making their push happen, and they're trying to get a forward position for themselves. But the fact that they gave up that kill this early without the zone pushing in just yet, it could be the make it or break it for them, because the circle is pretty much in the open here, and the team with the Gibraltar is going to be the one to win everything out. And I don't see a Gibraltar just yet. I don't know which team has one here that are remaining, but see what we can expect, because in this open ground, it's all about the cover play, and it's all about the high ground. Whoever has that high ground and whoever has that better cover is going to be the team that wins everything out here. But at the same time, look at what's going behind them. X-Omen, they're getting flanked by one of the other rosters, and now with the side of Team Devils now making their way down to try and maybe shut them on down. What can we expect here, ladies and gentlemen? Because this is going to be an exciting play, because with the last 4 squads remaining, right on the other side is going to be 1 squad, and X-Omen, they're getting pincered from 2 different sidelines, and if X-Omen are not able to decisively take down 1 squad here, it's all but over for them, because if the side of X-Omen take this fight against their opposition in the front, they're gonna get backstabbed by another party, where they're not gonna be able to hold it down strongly. But still, Lasuda Party, not in the best of position, but Poppy, I think as though he could just be the one to maybe clutch this one out and get a couple of kills for himself, I do believe, and play for those placements.
It's all down to Koopy, by the way. He needs to sort of stay alive. Yeah, he needs to stay alive, and he's just going to do that. He's going to let both of these squads duke at each other, and then later he's gonna come in and be the janitor. But never mind, Watch this is gonna go ahead
Oh, no,
and
no.
spot him out, and it's gonna be Koopy to get spotted, by the way, thanks to the
Don't
seer.
push him.
And yeah, they're just gonna push him taken down. They're not gonna allow him to stay alive.
Feels though pushing Poopy would be the worst possible decision, because if they give up the space that they're holding here and not opt to go in for that poke battle, they're just not going to be able to find out a lot of value. They know for a fact that Grindmaster's team is right on the other side of the other hill, but they need to wait and see where the circle goes. It all really does depend on where the circle is going to be heading, and the circle is actually going to be heading down towards the side of Grandmaster's team. They're right on the other side there. But this is not a good position that they're trying to hold. It's just not going to be there. And Solo Yokai, I feel as though he just disconnected. I can see the disconnect. And Team X Omen. It's just disaster after disaster. The game just is not allowing them to win this one out, seemingly, Assassin.
Yeah, HWN Gaming, they have a pretty good chance at going ahead and winning this out, by the way. And ooh, Nick is actually spotting out all of these players. He knows where exactly they are. Relaying that information is going to ask them to use their utilities and abilities, whatever they have. It's going to be the charge coming in from the Seer. It'll be time for them to just put in that TV shield and play inside of that. There's one player who is sort of trying to push them down as well. Focusing what exactly is going to happen now. Grandmaster has opened fire. He's going to lose his shields, and most probably he's going to go ahead and lose his life really soon if the corner keeps on pushing in faster like that.
Are you serious? Are they actually going to pull off a 2 versus 3?
Maybe they are. Never really know. There you go. The corner is going to go ahead and use up the alternator as well.
Oh
Take
my
down
god.
Koopy. That is going to be one down, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 3. It's going to be Devil Corn. He's going to go ahead and get another knock
It's
in.
not gonna happen.
2 more players left out, and maybe we are going to be seeing the plays coming out from the side of Team HWN Gaming, and they might just go ahead and get themselves a champion title here. Maybe it's going to be picked up, and it's going to be a 3 versus 1.
It's over.
It's
It's
over.
over
Solo Yokai is
already.
disconnected. Yeah, this is going to try and find where exactly that final player is. He's disconnected. He's AFK. Can somebody just relay in that information? Never mind. Nobody needs information and serious there. There you go. He's going to spot out that guy. This is AFK. He's going to go ahead and finish him off as well. And HWN Gaming are going to be your champions, ladies and gentlemen, from match 10 of the Lenovo Intel presents the Rise of Legion for Apex Legends. Amazing stuff coming out from the start of HWN Gaming, and yeah, good patient play coming out from them, right?
Completely agree with you there. AWN Gaming, it felt as though the stars did align for them, because we were kind of saying that it will be the side of team. It will be the side. It would have been the side of the opposition team trying to win everything out for their end. But at the same time, HWN Gaming, they were in a pretty good spot, and Exomen a little bit unlucky, I would say, from their end to have Solo Yokai just absolutely disappear out of nowhere. But it's completely fine and dandy. Technical issues do happen from time to time, and that's something that you can't really control, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, it's all right. Exomen, very admirable effort, and the fact that they were able to take a number 2 position for themselves, very well done from their end as well. But at the same time, Assassin, I feel as though a lot of these teams, that they just left a massive question mark just floating on top of my head here.
What up?
Like 1 HP, they are a team that are known to take advanced positions, but I didn't really see them take advanced positions whatsoever. Team Phoenix, they played it absolutely beautifully, but they got third party. So it does happen. It's a battle royale. You sometimes will get third party, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And then Unit X dying out of absolutely nowhere. Like, it was a very big question mark for me, because it feels as if these last 3 maps, map number 3, map number 4, and map number 5, was a story of the underdogs, where the underdogs have risen up to the literal top, and now it's their time to completely shut down these other 2 teams that are trying to hold down in the top position. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, the match highlights are ready, so let's head on down over to get a replay of what happened in the final map for today here. And Assassin, walk us right through this map and tell me your thoughts about how did you think about the pace of the matchup and what happened here on this game in particular.
Actually, I wanted to know it from you as to how exactly, Hot Stuff D4 and especially Try Me Senpai kind of changed things out here when they dropped in over towards the thermal stations. Like, we know for a fact that Try Me Senpai, they were the ones to change their drop location, and they also got themselves a squad wipe. We did
It was
see...
against Hearts of Peaceful.
Yeah, and the best part is that Hotstuck D4, they also... Wow. Okay, interesting. Going to be seeing that moment. We are going to be seeing that moment twice, and I feel like that the producer did it intentionally because he was
Yes.
like aggressive. You didn't know about that. How dare you didn't know about that?
Yes, I'm the worst Diamond 3 player in the history of the universe. I can understand that, but producer will always go in for me for that. But hey, I'm trying. Like, it's been a while. I'm trying to get back into the groove. I absolutely forgot that you can count it. So, moving on down the line here, Assassin, I feel this is the main thing that we can really talk about these teams is that primary factor that they are just playing it a little bit more precise. Like, here, I feel as though they went in a little bit too over aggressively, mainly the side of Unit X. Like, why did you want to try and push this team so heavily? I understand you wanted to try and go in for that kill, but they had the high ground advantage. You just can't win it out like that in Unit X. They just paid the ultimate price for it, losing one of their members that early. And then they needed to run on away and try and survive that push by the side of Omen and then Phoenix. Just did not happen for them. And then right at the very end, they paid the price for it here, Assassin. The pace of the pace of this entire match was not something that I really expected.
Yeah, I kind of did not expect to see a lot of these underdog teams to just go ahead and take on these fights, right? And I feel like that the side of team Unitex, 1 HP, and Phoenix, they're all going to be very happy with the performance that all of these other underdog teams are putting up as well, because this is what makes a game interesting, right? This was, like, you guys might be thinking that it was a very slow game. It might be boring as well, but it was absolutely not. It was the spiciest affair to see all of these underdog teams just go ahead and take on the Titans right now in the server. And the way they did it as well, it was in style and it was really good. A new champion was crowned, and we're all happy to see them, go ahead and be crowned as the champions, because this was something that we're looking forward to seeing throughout 3 days of qualify one finals. Like, we tend to see all of these teams who don't really have a lot of experience just go ahead and shine, adapt, and evolve throughout all 3 of these days. Throughout all 30 of these games that I mean, not 30 actually, my bad, 10 and then 15 of these games for the weekend. But yeah, I mean, interestingly, HWN Gaming, towards the end, I feel like that they played it out beautifully instead of just aggressing. Like, that was a really good play coming out from them. They were kind of getting tempted, right? They were kind of getting tempted as to, because Devil Corner was constantly pushing and he knew that there was no escape. Devil Corner was like, I gotta do something. I'm just gonna finish this because Solo Yokai is gone. Like, it's like a 2 versus 3, 2 versus 1 versus 3. Devil Corner went ahead and took down that final player, and then it was like a 2 versus 3. All he had to do was just use that alternator, and he did. Got himself 2 knocks, by the way, but unfortunately, it was not enough.
Yeah, right at the very end, honestly, here, Assassin, I feel as though if Solo Yokai was there, this would have been a completely different game. Just look at
Yep.
Devil Corner, though. Him being able to get those 2 kills, absolutely incredible incredible gameplay coming on down from him. He did it really beautifully, but at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, like, I expected a little bit more coming on down through from the other teams. Beautifully done from the side of HWN to take a win for themselves, get a couple of points on the board, and they're finally able to pick themselves up from that bottom tier ranking and now shoot themselves onto that top 10 position almost immediately. And when we see the standings, we can get a visual representation of what exactly these teams have done to make themselves go up here this far. But at the same time, I want your opinions, Assassin. What do you think that the side of HWN did a little bit more differently on map number 5 that allowed them to get this win for themselves?
Well, definitely. I mean, HWN Gaming, the way they sort of played it out safe as well, right? They never went in a lot of aggressive. They kind of played it safe, in my opinion. Whatever fights they were taking, they were absolutely sure about it. There was no second doubts or any sort of second thinking for them as well as to whether they are going to be able to take on this fight. Whatever fight they took, they kind of won it out as well. And towards the end, they played it passive instead of moving in aggressive and getting taken down by the side of Devil Corner. Devil Corner, we know for a fact that the guy is very dangerous, and he's kind of like a mad dog, not put on a leash, right? Like, he doesn't have his leash on. He's just gonna run around. He's gonna jump around, and the guy's just gonna bite absolutely everyone coming his way. Match standings are ready, so why don't we quickly take a look at it and continue this story forward. As we know for a fact that aggressive X-Omen, they're the ones to be at the top spot with total 10 kill points and 9 placement points. SWN Gaming SWN, despite the fact that they got themselves a champion, they're still at the second spot because of the amount of kill points that Exoman actually got. It's really good one coming out from the side of Exoman, and I feel like that they are going to further climb from the top 10 to maybe like they might just go in over towards the 8th spot or something like that.
Yeah, at this point, I think that the Exomen, they're gonna be able to get themselves up just a little bit more, but I feel as though for today the standings are gonna be set in stone. Lasuda Party, they're gonna be able to probably overtake Unit X, but I think that they're actually probably gonna be able to overtake Unit X here, Assassin. I want your opinion on that. But at the same time, I feel as though Team Phoenix, they performed it really admirably, but they were just not able to consistently put up a proper performance, I would say. Like, they performed it really well, don't get me wrong. The way that they were playing on the epicenter just goes to show that they were absolutely beautiful in the way that they were taking a lot of those different engagements. But right at the very end, they stagnated in that one single position for way too long. The fact that they stayed there for that long just completely broke them, I would say, in a lot of those different scenarios. And they could have just played it a little bit more differently coming on down through from their end. And looking at 1HP and Unit X, I don't really know what really happened to them here, Assassin. They could have taken a lot more of their fights differently. 1HP, I kind of get it. You don't really have to worry about a lot, but it's not the same level of performance that you would expect from you. That's why, like you guys can say that why are we being so harsh on teams such as 1HP and Unit X? But the thing is, they're a team that can perform to a lot higher degree. And I feel that they're just letting their potential go to waste. So let's head on down to the overall standings and see where those teams are going to be standing this time around here, Assassin. So walk us right through the points because I feel as though Team Phoenix, they're slowly inching closer to 1HP.
I would deny. Well, Team 1HP are sitting at
Slowly.
100 and yeah, slowly. Yeah, sure. That is exactly what we said yesterday as well within Team 1 HP. They're once again like leading with a tremendous number. So Team 1 HP, you're gonna be seeing them sitting at the first spot with 179 total points. Phoenix with 101. Lasuda Party at the third spot, dethroning Unit X from their third spot. Lasuda Party at the third spot with 84 total points. Unit X with just a point behind them, 83. Exoman on the fifth spot, by the way. I was sort of expecting them to be at like the 8th or the 6th spot, but hey, they climbed up straight over towards the 5th spot. Congratulations, Exoman. Hardstuck D4 on the 6th spot. Unfortunately, Try Me Senpai, HWN Gaming, PXE Alliance, they are all they all had a pretty messy day. Like they did not have the best of the days out there, and they are going to be dropping down in terms of the overall standings. And Ignited Mafias, the Devils, Team Asis, the Lunatic Squad, they all just hold on to their spots respectively. They did drop one, but not by a tremendous amount like Try Me Senpai. So yeah, congratulations, Team 1HP. I mean, I know for a fact that you guys already had the first spot, but more congratulations to the guys over at Lasuda Party, Exoman, Heartstruck D4. All of these guys, they went ahead and got themselves such an amazing boost in performance. And I feel like that maybe they might be running themselves the Legion gaming laptops coming out from the side of Lenovo, powered by the Intel processors. You guys can, get yourselves the Legion Gaming notebooks as well, using the links down in the description below. So don't forget to check out the links down in the description below. Support our sponsors, Lenovo and Intel. But aggressive. Overall, day 2 was pretty much action-packed, and can't really wait to see what exactly day 3 has to offer. What are your thoughts at the end of day 2? Any closing thoughts before we close it out?
Honestly, day 2 was a roller coaster of emotions because today was the story of the underdogs. And big dogs, they took a back seat and they were taken out by the underdogs here. And I feel as though all of these underdogs, X-Omen and now Lasuda Party and Heartstuck D4, making their rise from the very bottom up to the top here. I feel as though these top dogs, they need to step up their game. And if they're still not able to find the actual apex predator in them to try and go down over on the day number 2 with a fresh mind, you know for a fact that even that number 1 position is going to be up for grabs, Assassin. Doesn't matter how many points that the side of 1 HP have. The Lasuda Party are able to dig down deep. I believe things are going to change massively. So I'm excited for day number 3 here, Assassin, because when you consider the game of Apex, the hype just keeps on rolling.
Definitely. Can't really wait to see what day 3 has to offer, by the way. Day 3 is going to be the day when we are going to realize as to who exactly is going to go ahead and climb up the boards even further, because we already saw a tremendous growth from day 1 moving in towards day 2. And now I feel like at the end of day 2, moving in towards day 3 tomorrow is going to be even more exciting. So can't really wait to see what is going to happen. If you guys don't want to miss anything, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, hit the bell notification icon to never miss another update. Also, please support our sponsors, Lenovo and Intel, because without them, you guys wouldn't be seeing this amazing tournament right in front of your screens. Please support them using the links down in the description below. If you want to be a part of Rise of Legion Apex Legends tournament, don't forget to sign up for Qualifier 2. Registration link down in the description below once again. So please do get your team registered and be a part. The Lenovo Intel presents Rise of Legion for Apex Legends. So with that, we pretty much come at the end of day 2. Thank you so much for watching. I am your cast assassin. Person with me on the desk is Aggressive, and we're going to be signing off for today. See you guys tomorrow with more Apex Legends action. Until then, goodbye, good night, sweet dreams.
From the outside, who would know what lies beneath? Unleash it with a machine as savage as you are.
This is how legends are made.
Lenovo Legion. Stylish outside, savage inside.